I've said that before, but yet I've seen it happen a bunch of times. The Jazz had to give up on Wes Matthews, a really talented guy that they loved, because Portland screwed him with a restricted free agent deal. And they gave Paul Millsap way more than they wanted to because Portland screwed him with a restricted free agent deal. And then with Gordon Hayward, when that happened, he was getting a max contract no matter what.
Yeah, he was.
And so what was the point of that other than just ticking off the player?
Yeah.
Catch Jake and Ben weekdays from 10 to noon on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Are you ready for a new you in the new year? The Salt Lake City Fat Loss Program has helped thousands of frustrated men and women feel confident in their clothes, boost their energy, and finally feel like themselves again. So, what's the secret? Salt Lake City Fat Loss uses a science-proven plan to help reset your metabolism and lose up to 1 pound of fat per day without dangerous drugs or exercise. And right now is the perfect time to start. Due to overwhelming demand, Salt Lake City Fat Loss has extended their huge New Year's sale, over 20% off for a limited time only.
JJ here. I lost 40 pounds in 60 days. Alex Curie here. I dropped 50 pounds in 60 days on the SLC Fat Loss program. Get their New Year's special at slcfatloss.com.
Whether you want to love what you see in the mirror again, boost your energy, fit better in your clothes, or feel more confident and healthier as you age, Salt Lake City Fat Loss works. Huge New Year's sale is ending soon. Schedule your free consultation today at slcfatloss.com and lock in your savings. That's slcfatloss.com. Results may vary.
The boat buying event you've been waiting for.
The Boat Show and Water Sports Expo, January 29th through February 1st.
Fun for the whole family. Don't miss the reptile show with scales and tails.
Watch the BMX pros perform.
Buy the boat of your dreams.
Register to win a 5-day Alaskan fishing trip.
1280 The Zone invites you to the Boat Show and Water Sports Expo, January 29th through February 1st.
Save $2 at utahboatshow.com.
The boat show is here, better climb aboard.
This is JJ and Alex.
I got this. Join us on the program right now. Jonathan Tavernari, BYU great.
BYU doesn't really have a marquee win this year, which it's a knock on them. It's an issue that they're facing right now. They couldn't get the job done against number 15 Texas Tech on the road, couldn't get the job done against number 3 UConn on a neutral site, and couldn't get the job done at home against number 1 Arizona. This is a roster made up for you to get to the Sweet 16, the Elite 8, the Final Four. And so expectations have to be counted on. And so at that point, BYU doesn't have really something that they can hang their head on yet, which is what makes the Saturday matchup in Kansas beyond important. Is BYU worthy of a top 4, NCAA seeding? There is a lot at stake on Saturday, more than just a win on the road on the Big 12.
Catch JJ and Alex afternoons from 3 to 7 on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Hey, Utah. This winter, a fireplace makes all the difference. Grab a gas or electric fireplace from Croft Fireplace and get free basic installation up to a $695 value with qualifying purchase. Friendly staff, top quality fireplaces, and expert installs make it easy. Check out the Bountiful or Salt Lake City showrooms or croftfireplace.com/sports. Offer ends March 31st. Croft. Fires. Home. The KSL Sports Zone and Beehive Meals are honoring people that impact youth sports in our communities. Nominate the youth sports volunteer you know for the Beehive Meals Hero of the Week at kslsports.com/contest.
It's time to saddle up and talk about the winners and the losers. This is the good, the bad, and the ugly. Now, here's the good.
Hans Olsen, Scott Gerard, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. It is the good, it is the bad, it is the ugly. Big thanks, as always, to University of Utah Health. Go to uofuhealth.org for more information. All right, I'm singling out Utah State here a little bit on the good, but just know this is very commonplace with all universities. I just wanted to single out Utah State. It was coaches versus cancer last night in the Spectrum. And I look out and I see the lineup for the national anthem, and I see the coaches all wearing these shoes. They're green painted shoes. Now, cancer, usually everybody's wearing pink, especially for breast cancer awareness. but these are all green fatigue-looking
Camo,
shoes.
yeah.
And then I see the head coach of Wyoming. Now, you know the Wyoming colors. They're not pleasant. He's rocking a green blazer.
Okay.
And so I'm thinking, what's going on with green? Well, with the Coaches versus Cancer, the team found out about a young man named Xander Gundel. And Xander is a 12-year-old, and not only has he had to fight against cancer once, he's fought against it twice. And it has completely turned his life upside down, his family's life upside down. But he is in remission for the second time, and you hope that sticks. But Utah State brought him in. His dad made a keynote speech to the team. The 12-year-old was celebrated, and as they went through the line after the game is over. Now, remember, Wyoming lost this game by like 40 points. Utah State put it on him. But here's a head coach from Wyoming who knew the situation, knew Utah State coaches were wearing green, and on his own decided, you know what? I'm going to celebrate this young man too.
That's so cool.
He put on one of the ugliest green blazers you've ever seen, but rocked that jersey, and after his team got beat by 40 in the handshake line, found the kid, brought him out, and spent some time with the kid, and congratulated him on his effort
after being embarrassed.
Yeah, and I just you know what, we were, you and Ethan and our good friend Alema Harrington came in, and there's to be high level in your profession, you have to be talented. That's number one, but you also have to know how to treat people, and some people are good at it, some people aren't so good at it, but at least hopefully there's some people out there, and I know a bunch of them, you know them as well, that are just genuinely good people.
Well, I would say this, for everyone, Allen Iverson, in professional sports, there's 30, 40 guys that you don't see the Instagram.
No.
You don't see the Twitter. You don't see the team post. You don't and I can promise you this because I've seen it. I've been that guy a lot when I was playing in the AFL specifically, where you're getting to do things for people that never hit the media. And
you don't want it to either.
No, I want people to know that for every one thing that you saw Rudy Gobert do, he probably did 20 to 30 things without you seeing it.
People have no idea the impact he had. And he would be irate, and I know of some, I've told you a couple of them.
Yeah.
And I would be obliterated if I went public with him.
So people need to know that. Allen Iverson is certainly in the spotlight. And for those of you that didn't hear, Allen Iverson made a trip to Australia with the intent to meet with 12 kids that had cancer and essentially stood them up, snubbed them, cold-shouldered them, and it was a terrible experience for the kids and the families. Some of the kids drove like 6.5 hours just to come and see Allen Iverson. For everyone Allen Iverson, there's 50 guys out there doing it the right way. For every one Instagram post that you see of an NBA player writing a check, there's a couple hundred behind the scenes that are doing it. And I know this because all you got to do is know Ryan Smith. If people had any idea what he's doing behind the scenes, and Ryan, I apologize, and I don't want to divulge anything, but and I've not gotten this from Ryan. I've gotten it from people around Ryan.
Yeah.
If people knew what he was doing, if people knew what Larry Miller did, what Gail is doing. But the thing is, you don't know, and you'd think it's not significant. And you might think, well, geez, you know what? But this guy, green jacket, it might mean less to the kid than it meant to the family.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
I've noticed that with a lot of things that, you try to do for people. A lot of times it means less for the person in the moment than it does for the family collectively.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of good. And I got into about a 3-year rotation with Sean Bradley. And it was 3 of my favorite years. Was hanging out with Sean, getting to know his family, speaking at firesides, and speaking to groups. And watching him work. There's something unique when a 7'6" guy shows up to speak to a group. And I was always just the ancillary that, I was the background and the background noise, and I did my best to keep it short and let it be about Sean. But watching him, the good that he did just by walking around, it changes people's brain that, oh man, I'm going to go tell my friends I got a picture with an NBA player that's 7'6".
Even if it was just Britton Johnson and you thought it was Sean Bradley.
Oh, man. Oh, I love Britt.
I miss him.
I was at that rivalry game at the Huntsman Center, and I was stomping around. Is Britton here? Because if Britton's here, I want to give him a big hug because I love that guy. But, yeah, he's been confused for Sean Bradley one too many times. But, man, there's so much good. This is the kind of story that I hope when I'm tuning in to listen to my boy Scotty, these are the types of stories I want to hear. They've always had more meaning to me. But the hard thing is, you know what drives the Instagram cut?
Oh, yeah, the bad stuff.
You know, it drives the hot Twitter that goes viral. It's the hot pop take, man. It's the reason that creeps like Stephen A. Smith have gotten famous. It's the reason why you're seeing guys like who's the guy that went to Fox Sports?
Skip Bayless.
Skip Bayless. It's the reason you're seeing those guys make money because they say stupid, bombastic things.
Yeah. And
I wish that the things that would go viral were this coach. Now, he doesn't want to, I'm sure he doesn't want to go to viral.
No. And it was kept very quiet.
He was wearing the green jacket to try to just be in the moment. It felt like all these coaches were keeping it. I have not gotten the release.
There wasn't a release. They wanted to recognize the kid, and they made one Twitter account or a Twitter post that this is why the shoes look the way they are, is because this kid came in and designed those shoes. They were designed by him, and frankly, it was a really, really cool story and a great night to be a part of it.
There's so much good in this world, man.
Yeah.
There are so many good people.
And it's really easy to lump in athletes because, as you mentioned, all we talk about are the arrests, domestic abuse, all this other stuff that goes on. And it's ugly, it's nasty, it's disgusting, and there needs to be a deep hole in the ocean where you drop these guys that are guilty of this stuff. And yet, because of those high profile, because we, and I'll even include myself, it's an easy topic to talk about because that's what we see pushed on us, and then we end up pushing it on all of you. And so the consumer out there, the fan, immediately thinks that's who everybody is.
In the world of professional sports.
In professional sports, and that's just not the case.
It's not.
You're right. Between one bad egg, you got about 30 good ones.
At least 30 good ones that are really doing it the right way. When we talked to Danny Ainge, CEO for the Utah Jazz, we just talked to him yesterday. And I said, how much does character play into max contracts? When you're talking about using a high percentage of your cap on a player, how much does character play a role? And he said, it's huge. I don't remember if he put a percent on it or how he defined it. I just remember said, it's huge.
Yeah.
We have to have character guys.
And he said they don't have to be perfect, and they're never going to be perfect.
They're never going to be perfect, but they got to have high character. Rudy Gobert had high character, man.
Yes.
He had a high care factor. He had high character.
I want so badly to tell some of the Rudy stories.
I feel the same way about Mike Conley.
Yeah.
I feel like Mike Conley is that guy.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Huge care factor, incredible character. And it just took him a minute to try to adjust, and then he got there. I didn't get to know Royce as much.
No, he was pretty closed off.
You know, I heard a lot of different things about Donovan, so I never knew how to feel about Donovan.
Yeah, and I think Donovan's, as we, look, today and tomorrow we'll recap and we'll look back on some of the moments that we've celebrated, and we were there for the beginning of Donovan and we were there for the end of Donovan. You know, we had his whole career with us doing a show.
Right.
And did Donovan handle everything right? No. Did he make a lot of mistakes along the way? Yes. Was his heart in the right place for the majority of the time? I think so. I think so. Was there a lot of misguiding going on and feeling like you had to represent a certain level of the population and take on responsibilities when you may not have had to? There was probably that. And I understand how athletes get torn in that way because they feel like I've got a voice. I need to say some things. I want to say some things. And the backlash is going to get ugly. Yep. But they also feel a responsibility to their communities to be able to say, like, you guys can't say anything, so I've got to say something. And the backlash that comes from that can be really ugly.
You know, the one guy that was always a mystery to me was Gordon Hayward.
Yeah.
I always wondered, what were his intentions? And was he the guy that you thought he was coming out of college? Was he this, big smiling, amazing basketball player, family guy? I always wondered because I felt like his exit was so, and I know that that's wrong to feel because it's not, I don't get to draw up the design of how somebody's going to exit an organization, but it felt like the Millers were different.
Yeah.
And you and I were working for the Millers at the time.
Yes, we were.
And I have such a sense of commitment for the Miller family because of how they treated me as an employee when we were there. Some of the best employment of my life was with the Miller Group. And the way they treated us, from Jim Olson to Chris Barney to everybody else.
Yeah. Gail Miller herself.
And when I saw the exit, I'm like, okay, is he just completely dismissing the human aspect of this? Because the Jazz fans would have cut their wrists for him. They would have bled out for him. It felt like the Millers would have bled out. They were offering him everything. Yet all we were getting was Instagram posts of a little green clover on a piece of baby clothing that was on accident.
Yeah. It was not.
That one I always wondered.
Yeah.
Because when you wrong good people, I always wonder, how good a person are you if you wrong a good person?
I'll say this. Donovan Mitchell seems to me, and Lloyd, you can jump in on this. Hans, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. When you look at the perception of the player by fans right now, I think people have an uglier taste in their mouth from Donovan Mitchell than they do Gordon Hayward. Would you agree with that? It's close, but I will say this. Behind the scenes, Donovan Mitchell handled his exit way better than Gordon Hayward.
That's 1,000% right.
And so maybe
that's 1,000% right.
And so if there's a lot of people out there that feel more of a kinship towards Gordon Hayward and look back on his Jazz career with fonder memories than you do Donovan Mitchell, just know Donovan could have made things a lot worse, and he didn't. He was far more of a professional on his way out than Gordon Hayward was.
I agree with that. But where does your anger hang? More on Gordon Hayward or Donovan Mitchell? And, some of it might be on Donovan because he hit peaks, all-star games, second or third leading scorer type material. He became, didn't he take Cleveland to a conference championship, conference finals? Cleveland went to a conference finals, didn't they?
So I think you're right.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that they went to a conference finals because I remember thinking, that would have been nice.
If he gets there, yeah.
I think that adds salt to the wound because Gordon broke his ankle or destroyed his leg.
Yeah.
And was never
the same.
He was never the same. He was never a headline, and it was decline from that point.
Yeah. All right, 150, Hans and Scotty. Coming up next, another edition of Whole World News right here on The Zone.
This is DJ and PK.
Here we go again.
Mark Durant, BYU basketball radio analyst.
I have a level of confidence that these issues that are there can get ironed out.
In my objective, critical mind, I really don't have a lot of things to say about Kevin Young. I've just been so impressed with him. I think he's a great basketball mind, really. And I think this team will get better. There's a couple bars you have to meet to be a top team in the country. One is you just have to be able to compete against the top teams. And I think BYU's shown they can against the Arizonas and UConns. And now they got to get better and show that they can actually win those games. You hate losing games, but I'd rather lose them in January. And if they can figure out a way to win this same game in March, that's all I care about. But you have to get better and you have to learn.
Catch DJ and PK mornings from 6 to 10 on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Can't thank our good friends at Advanced Windows enough. We love to support local companies. We love to support guys that employ local employees as well. And Jake Weber, Nate Orchard have been doing it for a long time. It's in their DNA. It's in Nate Orchard's blood. He grew up sweeping floors, then went on to rural Sac Lake City, second-round pick in the NFL draft, and now he's back to his roots and making sure Advanced Windows delivers the best product to our community and making sure you get it for the best price.
All right, so what is the best product? Well, it's using the right vinyl for our climate. It's stacking that vinyl full of insulation that keeps our crazy hot summers and our crazy cold winters out of your house. It's using the highest end glass, using Aragon glass or gas between the two panes of glass and making sure it's got the best locking mechanisms and it's got the best function. Scotty, when we were looking at all their different windows, they can open in, they can open out, they can open sideways, they can be removed from inside the house so that you can clean them. Their functionality is top notch. So everything from adding a pet door to a sliding glass door with the highest end product, which they can do, and they do a great job with the pet doors, and they can put them in windows too, to giving your house a completely new look with those crystal clear, gorgeous windows. Advanced does it better than anybody.
You know, I was talking to somebody who spent over $1,000 to have somebody come out to their house and wash their windows. And it's like, holy smokes. And because, you know, their house was such and they had to get on ladders and climb up. Well, if you have Advanced Windows, you can pop those windows out from the inside, wash them yourself. You don't have to get on a ladder, scaffolding, or any of that other nonsense.
It is such a nice function.
It's a really great function to keep your house looking clean. Advanced Windows, go to advancedwindows.com.
Hi, this is Derek Overstreet, president of the New Millennium Group and co-host of Stop Working, Start Living with KSL News Radio. Can you imagine what your life would be like if you could retire 3 to 5 years earlier than you thought possible? The things you could do, the loved ones you could spend time with, the memories that you could create. That's what our team at the New Millennium Group does. We'll walk you through the entire process every step of the way. If you'd like to get a copy of the 5-step proprietary plan that will help you retire 3 to 5 years sooner than you thought possible, give us a shout right now. 888-999-6370. That's 888-999-6370 or utahsfinancialplanner.com. Listen, most of our listeners right now have a tax problem, not a money problem. There's not enough money in Social Security Medicare as it is. Let us show you how you can significantly reduce your taxes. That's 888-999-6370, 888-999-6370, or utahsfinancialplanner.com.
Bull riding, the perfect fusion of strength, skill, and pure willpower. Come experience the true modern West, where 8 seconds of glory will create a lifetime of memories. It's the PBR Salt Lake City, presented by Busch Light at Delta Center, February 6th and 7th. Tickets at deltacenter.com and pbr.com. Hold on tight for the ride of your life.
Looking for peace of mind and big savings on your home's essential systems? Mountain Home Services has you covered with their safety and savings plan. Here's what you'll receive. Front-of-the-line repairs when you need them most. Annual inspections for HVAC, plumbing, and electrical systems. Exclusive discounts on equipment upgrades, services, and repairs. Mountain Home Services is proud to be the first to offer upfront pricing with no hidden fees. Plus, every job comes with their 100% satisfaction guarantee. Call 801-543-2222. 801-543-2222 or online at mountainhomeservices.com and join the safety and savings plan from Mountain Home Services. Protect your home, save money, and enjoy total peace of mind. Mountain Home Services. Your home, their priority since 1954.
Hey guys, it's Woodrow from Mint Medical Clinic. Are you struggling with ED? Well, you are not alone, and now there's a real solution that treats the root cause, not just the symptoms. Introducing our trifecta approach, a breakthrough combination of acoustic wave therapy, hormone replacement, and cryotherapy, all designed to restore blood flow, boost performance, and rebalance your hormones. Whether it's ED or hormonal imbalance, if you're ready to reignite your love life, this treatment helps bring back your energy, your drive, and your confidence. And right now, when you call, you'll receive a free consultation, a blood flow ultrasound, and an intimacy gift. That's a $650 value, absolutely free. And here's the bonus. The next 20 callers will also receive a 5-night stay at a luxury resort in Hawaii just for taking the first step. But you must call now. With 2 convenient locations in Layton and Sandy, help is closer than you think. Call 801-804-8000 now. That's 801-804-8000. Mint Medical Clinic. We'll get you back to mint condition.
Listen every Monday morning to DJ and PK and Monday afternoon with JJ and Alex for your Chevy Strong Play of the Game. Win great prizes from Rocky Mountain Chevy.
Go! It's time to span the globe for the hard-hitting news you care about. Well, not really. But hey, at least we found it interesting. This is Whole World News on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
We've got the whole world in our hands.
You got the whole world in our hands. We've got the whole world in our hands. We've got the whole world in our hands. We got the whole world.
Hans Olsen, Scott Gerard, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Another edition of Whole World News. And yell at Ethan. I want Ethan to come in on this one because this is about investment and about making sure your retirement is where you need it to be. And taking something that was good in your life and making it more valuable, but maybe not in the best way. So I'm going to take you to Manchester, England, Hans. A man by the name of John Eric Spivey. He was 65 years old back in 2010, so 15 years ago. John Eric Spivey won a lottery in England. Now, it wasn't one of those crazy, $500 million, but he did win a good amount, $2.8 million in the lottery.
Nice win.
And at 65 years old, you should be able to make that last and get into your retirement. Well, he immediately invested that $2.8 million. So Ethan's coming in. I'll reset this, Ethan. There's a guy in England here, Whole World News, that in 2010 won a lottery in England.
Okay.
It wasn't a big one. It wasn't the ones that, $500 million or nearly $1 billion.
Right.
$2.8 million.
Okay.
All right. So that was 15 years ago. He invested it, and he kind of bet on himself. And he built a very sophisticated drug lab to produce counterfeit medication.
My goodness.
And his empire grew to a street value of $288 million over the last 15 years.
A street value. Wouldn't that be interesting to have your business valued with a quote-unquote street value?
Yes. Spivey went on to grow the empire using his son and 2 associates. He also built a second drug factory because, look, you got one, your company's doing well. What do? You expand.
This is where?
In England. He built the second drug factory in Salford to flood the streets with unregulated, unlicensed, and unchecked drugs, according to court documents.
Now, were these like prescription drugs, or just counterfeit?
It was counterfeit. Let's see. I've got the name of it here.
Is it like perks and oxys and those kinds of things?
Diazepam?
Oh, yeah. So, yeah.
I don't know that
So
one.
counterfeit, medication.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they found 2.6 million diazepam tablets. That's worth up to $5.2 million.
2.6 million of the tablets?
Yeah, in a van. That's just part of the medication ring that he was building. They finally were able to catch him, and he has now been locked away.
Is he in trouble?
He's 80 years old right now, and they gave him a jail sentence of 25 years, pretty much ensuring that he will die in prison.
He will die in prison. Well, maybe they'll let him. I mean, if it's nonviolent, maybe they'll let him out after a while.
So I think there's probably a little bit of violence involved there.
Maybe.
2.8 million turned into 288 million. That's a pretty good rate of return.
It's an excellent rate of return. And
over 15 years.
Yeah. Well, and $2.8 million is a lot, but it kind of depends on how old you are and how much you need.
And that's the thing at Teton, like you can be more aggressive in your 40s than you want to be in your 60s, and you guys monitor all that.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. You've got to have a portfolio, and this what I'm sharing is for educational purposes only, right? I mean, I'm not giving anyone investment advice, even though we are a registered investment advisor. But yes, you want to have a portfolio that is correct for your age and your personal risk tolerance, but also correct for your goals. So he obviously had big goals and was willing to basically put it all on red, in a manner of speaking, right?
Yeah.
And most of us aren't going to take that chance, right? Most of us get $2.8 million and we say, okay, I've got an open door here. How do I make sure I don't blow it?
Yeah.
Right? Because depending on where you are, $2.8 million could be a lot. It's a lot of money, but if you're 30, it's not enough to retire.
No.
Right? Because you've got to make that run stretch for 60 more years. And but overall, though, I would say it's a good problem to have, right?
Well, I'm sure there's some people out there that, are just, they've got a 401k and a savings account. And let's say, parents pass away or whatever the case is, and they inherit, a couple $100,000.
Yeah.
Nothing that's going to let you retire.
Yeah.
But you've got this lump sum of money and you don't know what to do with it. You don't know the tax implications. You don't know any of this other stuff.
Yeah.
And you need a little help.
Yeah, you definitely do. And honestly, an inheritance, a kind of sudden windfall like that, it's a really sensitive time. It is an open door. It's an opportunity to restart. It's an opportunity to reinforce your finances. It's an opportunity sometimes to retire earlier than you thought you could. But you want to know what happens mostly, in my experience? That money is blown.
Oh, really?
Well, easy come, easy go.
Yeah.
Not that you're a bad person, but you didn't lift a finger to, it was your parents that worked hard for that money. You didn't work hard for that money. It just dropped in your lap.
And you've got debts, and you want to clear up debts, and you want a new car.
You've never had a new car before, and and boy, that money, even inheriting a couple $100,000, if you're not careful, that will go so fast it'll make your head spin.
Wow.
And that's what we usually see. We usually see inheritances literally squandered. Literally squandered.
Wow.
So don't let that happen to you. If that's come into your life,
and we shouldn't leave our money to our kids.
Yes, that's right. There are two things. Number one, if you've inherited money, it's gonna go faster than you think. You need to integrate that into a long-term plan. That's going to benefit your life, and that's going to honor your parents' legacy.
Yes,
that's going to honor your parents' legacy. If you are the parent, spend that money before you die. Don't get sentimental about it. Don't think that you're going to leave an amazing financial legacy. That money is going to go so fast.
How do you manage that to make sure it's spent before you die?
It's a tough thing to do because no one knows how long they're going to live, and everyone's worried about end-of-life care.
Yeah.
So it's really common for families to kind of hold on to quite a bit just in case.
Right.
And then that ends up being left to the family. We're constantly trying to get people to spend money. I mean, I say that all the time. Hey, so when are you going to start spending this money? Why aren't you spending this money? Why aren't you going out and doing things? We're always pushing people out the door to book vacations and get family reunions going. Get that money out the door.
Mom and Dad.
Yeah, that's right. Because once you go, that money, you like to imagine that you're leaving a financial legacy, but
all you're doing is causing a lot of angry kids. You got that? I got this. What's going on here?
Your kids are going to fight over, and this even in good families. I'm not saying your kids are irresponsible. This even in good families. There might, even if there's no fighting over it, the money's going to go quickly, and in a way that's not going to be totally respectful of what you put into in terms of sacrifice to collect it. So if you don't have an ascent plan yet, 435-255-6331. We're giving away 5 this afternoon to 5 listeners. 435-255-6331. Make sure that you're making the most of every opportunity and not accidentally squandering it. So
well, and that's the thing. There's so much great advice that you have, and with that ascent plan that's given to you for free,
that's right.
Next 5 callers. You can get that advice. You can get that help and get on that path. Whether you decide to go forward or not, that's up to you.
That's exactly right. And, it is a path. It's a well-worn path. If you're looking at people ahead of you that have retired well and you think, boy, how'd they do that? We'll show you how they do it. It's not rocket science. It's just a little bit of best practices, and we'll get you there. So 435-255-6331. We can't wait to do this for you.
435-255-6331. Teton Wealth right here on The Zone.
Whether you're stuck in the office,
I believe you have my stapler,
in your car, or at your in-laws.
You want a piece of me? You bet I do.
The Zone is with you every step of the way. Download the KSL Sports app to get live streaming of your favorite shows and access to all the latest updates on your favorite teams. Your home for the best coverage of the Utes, Cougars, Jazz, and Mammoth is on air, online, and on the KSL Sports app. This is 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Bar Dub Grill is where roadside classics meet ranch-raised flavor. Sink your teeth into juicy, handcrafted burgers made with premium Bar W beef straight from the local Utah farm. From the bold cowboy barbecue burger to the sweet and savory Aloha burger, paired with crispy cowboy fries, hand-spun shakes, or signature spud nuts. Soft, airy, and unforgettable. Bar Dub Grill delivers honest eats with cowboy swagger. Bar Dub Grill in Nephi with easy access right off exit 222 in Nephi. Hey, Utah. This winter, a fireplace makes all the difference. Grab a gas or electric fireplace from Croft Fireplace and get free basic installation up to a $695 value with qualifying purchase. Friendly staff, top quality fireplaces, and expert installs make it easy. Check out the Bountiful or Salt Lake City showrooms or croftfireplace.com/sports. Offer ends March 31st. Croft. Fires. Home.
What makes a Huntsman School of Business student stand out? It's the difference between studying business and becoming a business leader. At Huntsman School of Business, hands-on learning, global experiences, mentors who know your name, and a welcoming community set you apart. From classrooms to internships to real-world problem-solving, students at Huntsman School of Business graduate with purpose, confidence, and career opportunities. Discover the school built for bold futures. Dare mighty things at huntsman.usu.edu.
Hi, I'm Chef Franklin Becker. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Brian's headed to the basketball court, but he's sick of this check engine light. So he goes to AutoZone for the free Fix Finder service,
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
where a friendly AutoZoner reads the light in just a few minutes and gives him a detailed report
No big, just a loose gas cap.
and gets him to the court with a tight gas cap and tighter defense. The free Fix Finder service at AutoZone. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Come to the Boat Show and Water Sports Expo, January 29th through February 1st at Mountain America Expo.
Watch the 50/50 BMX pros perform flips, tricks, and more.
Save $2 at UtahBoatShow.com.
The boat show is here, better climb aboard.
Hey, this is Chris from JCW's. If anything rivals our burgers, it's our bacon. It makes the perfect combination with our guacamole, jalapeno, or our hickory barbecue burgers. JCW's, quality and a lot of it.
Broadcasting from the Mountain Home Services studio, this is 97.5 KZNS FM Colville, 1280 KZNS AM Salt Lake City, and 102.7 KSL FM HD2 Salt Lake City Midvale. This is 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Number one.
Miss any part of the show? Every moment of every show is available in podcast form by searching Hanson Scotty on your favorite podcasting platform or online at KSLSports.com. This is Hans Olsen and Scotty G on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
The world is a vampire sent to drain secret destroyers hold you up to the
Hans Olsen, Scott Gerard, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. It's been a minute since we've had a chance to catch up with Greg Wyshynski, national ESPN NHL writer. Greg, how you doing?
Hey, Greg.
You guys are doing your research or something? The Smashing Pumpkins are my favorite band of all time.
That's all Lloyd. That's all Lloyd.
I know. That's impressive. That's really impressive. I would say more often than not, it's the ESPN NHL theme that plays me onto radio hits. So to have this level of personal attention is very impressive.
You deserve it.
And so just be ready. Just think of that when we ask you really dumb questions and just give us a little bit of grace on that, all right? Hey, the Mammoth are on a heater. Just how rare of a run that they've been able to put together. It seems like there's a team, one or two teams that does something like this every year, but this is pretty remarkable what they've been able to put together.
Oh, no question. And to do it with the challenges that they've had, especially with Logan Cooley's injury, I think it's made it even more impressive. I think it's probably been overlooked a little bit because of what's happening in the other conference with the Buffalo Sabres doing what they're doing, only because the Sabres out. The Sabres have the longest playoff drought outside of the New York Jets currently in the Big Four sports. So the fact that they've been playing as well as they have, I think, has sort of overshadowed how well the Mammoth have played. But for me, it's been really impressive. I mean, the Western Conference, as you guys know, is an absolute meat grinder. And for them to have excelled as they have and established themselves so firmly in this playoff race has really been something remarkable to watch.
It's been incredible. And it's been fun and exciting for us just here in the state to watch it, where they're putting on the spectacular that they've been putting it on. From a national perspective, as you watched parts of this team and you're watching this run that they've been on, where is it coming from? Who's leading the charge from your opinion?
Well, the top line, and obviously you start with the play of Clayton Keller, has just been so impressive and has certainly been the engine for a lot of what they've been able to accomplish this season. But I think the coaching has been sort of an underrated aspect. I think Tournier has done a really good job in moving pieces around that lineup, adjusting to some absences, and knowing what buttons to push. Underneath that top line, I think that's certainly contributed to it. They're getting good goaltending out of Amelka, not so much out of Vanacek. But overall, I picked them to make the playoffs, and outside of Cooley being limited to 29 games, this is kind of what I expected a playoff Mammoth team to look like. Being driven by Schmaltz and Keller, and obviously getting Gunther's contributions as well. Those are the guys that have to lead the way and be their best players, and I think they have been this season.
So we had Bill Armstrong on earlier in the week, and he mentioned that Cooley's getting close. And there's some people that think it might be pre-Olympic, but I think most of us believe that it'll be after the Olympics. But how difficult is that? Because we cover a lot of NBA, and when a player comes back from injury, even if he's a great player, it takes a while to kind of get back into a groove. Do you anticipate a little bit of a learning curve getting Cooley back in the lineup for the Mammoth?
Sure, but I mean, if we're also talking about the NBA, we're also talking about Patrick Ewing theory, right? Where
nice.
The Knicks would play well every time Ewing was out of the lineup, then he'd come back and they'd fall apart.
Yep.
I mean, I was reading a little bit of analysis of the Mammoth, and Cooley comes back, where do you slot him in? How do you not mess with the incredible chemistry this team has had? Obviously, a good problem to have when you have one of the best offensive players in the league coming back from injury at some point to join the roster. But it is an interesting conversation to be had as far as, what do you do with the lines? How long will it take him to get up to speed? I mean, if you include the Olympic break, and I agree with you, I think it probably makes the most sense to just have him get the extra rest for that injury before coming back. That's a lot of time out of the lineup. That's a lot of time off the ice, and you wonder how long it's going to take. But the good news is obviously that they don't need him to come back and be the savior. They've done quite well in his absence. He just has to come back and do what Logan Cooley does.
So the Utah Mammoth taking on Carolina tonight, and Carolina, I guess it's not too far removed. Maybe it's, 18 or 20 years now removed from a Stanley Cup, but still some great seasons that they've had. I know they've had a division championship very recent. Just talk about Carolina, where this team is right now, how good they are, and what the Mammoth are stepping into on this continued tour out south.
Well, they're kind of the Eastern Conference's perennial bridesmaid, it seems like. They've made the conference final a couple times under Coach Rod Brindamore. They've made some big moves in the past to try to get over the hump, trading for Jake Gensel, and obviously trying to make that big Mikko Rantanen trade last year. I tend to think that this might be the most interesting version of the Hurricanes team that we've had, in the sense that while they don't have a big stud offensive player that they've been chasing, they do have probably more offensive depth than they've had in previous seasons. They're always stout defensively. They're always really, really tough to play against. because of the system that they play under Brindamore. But like top to bottom, I mean, they've got like guys like Taylor Hall playing down on like their fourth line. Like they're just a really, really deep offensive team, even if they don't have that primo 5-star offensive star on the roster. They're just a really tough team to play against, and no surprise that once again they're leading their division.
Greg Wyshynski, kind enough to join us from ESPN covering the NHL. Greg, I want to go back. I know the Mammoth have Carolina tonight, but there are certain games that you just look at and say, there's no way you're going to win that. That's a loss. And playing Florida on a back end of a back-to-back, being in Tampa the night before, suffering a loss there, going into the defending champs, one of the most physical teams in the league, and getting a win. How rare is that? That's crazy.
It's solid, and the Panthers have been playing well even with the lineup absences that they have. I mean, they've got Matt Tkachuk, and it's going to take some time for them to really kind of actualize around him when due to his absences from the lineup. They're obviously still missing Alexander Barkov, their captain, and really their most important player. I don't think they win back-to-back cups if it's not for the play of Barkov. But still, tough place to play. A team that certainly has, treaded water at the very least with the absence of two of their best players. It's a solid effort to do what they did.
So let's talk a little bit about the league right now, and let's stay in the Western Conference. This 6-game stretch that's coming up is going to be incredible. They're going to wrap up this road trip, come back for 6 games at the Delta Center. And they play the top 3 teams in their own division in the West. First of all, how much ground can they make up with that, playing Minnesota, Dallas, and the Avalanche? And second of all, the stretch, coming back to the Delta Center, they've been really good there. And then just talk about the competition in this particular division, because it seems like the best division in hockey.
First of all, I appreciate your optimism, because I think most people have seeded the top 3 spots in the Central to the Avalanche, Wild, and Stars.
Yeah.
I think it's just they're kind of cemented in those places right now for a lot of fans. But like you said, I mean, it's not like Utah is completely eliminated from jumping up into one of those spots. I think Colorado is a significant distance better than any other team in the league when they're healthy. They are missing some pieces right now. Devon Taves, their great two-way defenseman, probably being the best example of that. But when they're cooking, man, they're a steamroller. The intrigue for me is in that 2-3 matchup between the Dallas Stars and Minnesota. Like, Dallas obviously is the Western Conference bridesmaid. They've been making the conference finals regularity, unable to break through. Still a tremendous hockey team with a goaltender who can be the determining factor in a series in Jake Ottinger. But then you have Minnesota being so aggressive and trying to level up and really make a run of it. The Quinn Hughes trade, I do think they're going to trade for a center at some point in the next few weeks. I think the smart money is on Vincent Trocheck from the New York Rangers, who is obviously on the Olympic team that Wild GM Bill Guerin has put together. So it's going to be fascinating to see who wins this arms race. And whether or not one of these, either Dallas or Minnesota, has what it takes to knock off this juggernaut in Colorado. They're 3 really formidable opponents, and if the Mammoth can pull some points from those guys, then that's a tremendous feat.
Greg, let's talk some Olympics. Team USA seems like they're their best avenue. Keep it low scoring and really rely on 3 really great goaltenders. Canada has got the talent. They got they're Canada, so they got the big guns. Is that defensive presence that USA's kind of put together, do you think that could pay dividends against the high-flying Canadians?
Well, it could, but that's what bugs me as an American, is I feel like the talent pool that we have is deeper than at any point in my life as a hockey fan, and I kind of wish they would have put the pedal down and put more of the goal scorers that we have, like Cole Caulfield from Montreal and some others, on the roster instead of maybe trying to win in a more of a tightly played, low-scoring fashion. I wrote about this when they named the roster. I'm tired of Team USA building teams to beat Canada when now we have the talent to be Canada. And I kind of wish that we had really kind of leaned into the overall talent level of some of the scorers that we have that aren't on this roster. But look, I mean, as we saw at Four Nations, these are two really, really well-matched teams. And as you said, if there is an advantage for the U.S., it's definitely in goal with Hellebuck and Ottinger, especially now that it looks like Canada's most interesting goaltending option, Logan Thompson, might be banged up for the Capitals. So we'll see how it goes. As an American, I am tired of talking about 1980. if I never have to see Mike Eruzione waddle out again, I'd be fine with it. It's time for us to win another gold and create another legend, and hopefully it happens in Italy.
Okay, so Scotty mentioned stupid questions at the beginning of the interview. I'm about to ask my first one because I should probably know. Is Russia and their team competing in this Winter Olympics?
They're not. They are still banned by the IOC and also banned by the International Ice Hockey Federation, which is the kind of governing body for global hockey. They're banned for a couple of years. Both them and Belarus are not able to play in World Championships, and they're not able to play in the Olympics, as per the IOC mainly. So no Russia in this tournament. They would have been an interesting team to watch. I don't know if they're quite on the level of the U.S. and Canada, but obviously things get a lot more interesting when the Russians are involved.
If you were going to have a fantasy draft for the team you want to take in the Olympics, and you and Canada and U.S. are off the board, who are you going with?
Well, what's funny is that like all these teams, all these other nations, they're all pretty talented, but they all have just major injury problems. Like Leo Carlsson, the brilliant center for the Anaheim Ducks, looked to be the top center for Team Sweden. He's not going to play in the Olympics. I mentioned Barkov before for the Panthers. He's a Finland citizenship guy, and he certainly would have made them a very, very tough team to play against. You know, there's interesting teams like the Czechs, the Slovaks, teams that might be able to bite up and cause some trouble for the big dogs. But like it kind of feels like Godzilla and King Kong marauding across the countryside, trying to meet in the middle when it comes to the USA and Canada. I'm not sure if there's a team that can really match either of those teams. If they lose before they meet each other, it's going to be because one of them didn't play up to snuff. And unfortunately, I tend to believe that might be the U.S. versus the Canadians failing at any point.
Do we still have a women's Olympic hockey team?
Oh, totally, yeah. And again,
we dominate that.
We do really well there. Canada, it's funny. We dominate in the friendly tournaments that we play. We dominate in world championships. Canada's kind of gotten our goose a little bit in the Olympics more than I'd like them to. And I've covered 2 Winter Olympics, and both times Canada came away with gold. So, the U.S. has certainly asserted themselves as the favorite in the women's tournament, but they have a funny way of finding a way to lose to Canada when it comes to the Olympics. Hopefully not this time. But yeah, it's funny, for all the talk about the Four Nations face-off that we had last year and the USA-Canada rivalry on the men's side being like the easiest thing to sell in hockey, like there's an entire women's pro league that was founded on the USA-Canada rivalry, basically. And like, it really is for hockey, like the easiest sell. Like it's the best of the U.S., the best of Canada. Everybody tune in and watch the best version of the sport.
I know we're a year removed from that Four Nations, but even looking back on it, are you surprised that thing blew up the way that it did?
It's funny. I'm not surprised that it blew up the way it did in the sense that the USA-Canada rivalry, whenever you get those guys on the ice against each other, it's always going to be great. And if you remember, part of the gimmick for this thing was the fact that we hadn't been in the Olympics since 2014 in Sochi. So we actually hadn't seen those two teams play against each other in quite a long time. What I didn't account for was the Kachucks trying to beat up everybody. That's the part I didn't see coming. And obviously, we were all in that spot that night for that USA-Canada game where all of a sudden all your buddies are texting you saying, oh, my God, do you see what happened in the first 9 seconds of this USA-Canada game? That's the part I didn't account for. And obviously that's the part along with some of the political tensions that you also couldn't predict, that really made that thing such a memorable event.
Why can't the Danes compete with the Swedes and Finns?
That's a good question. I think it's probably just depth of talent. Like they've got some decent. They've turned out some NHL players over the years, but they don't. Whether it's just population or the quality of athlete that ends up choosing to play hockey, they just don't have the same numbers as the Swedes and the Finns. And the Swedes and the Finns also have decades of hockey tradition, going back to the 70s and the 80s and stuff. And in some ways, that rivalry between the Swedes and the Finns is sort of the Euro version of USA Canada, where every time those two teams get on the ice, it's just the nastiest thing that you can imagine. So it's probably a little bit of legacy there too.
Greg, always a pleasure. Thanks for joining us.
So much fun.
Great conversation, and thanks for being patient with us too. We appreciate it.
Boy, anytime, and I love talking hockey, and I love what's happening in Utah, and let's chat again during these Olympics, huh?
You got it. There he is, Greg Wyshynski, NHL and Olympic writer for ESPN. Great stuff. And you know what? There's been some guys we've talked to that they're like, okay, we know you guys are learning this, so I'll put up with your nonsense. And then there's Greg that's like, all right, man, let's figure this out, man. I'll hold your hand. We'll get you there.
Okay, so why was the win by the United States in 1980 so big? Okay, here we go. 1964, Soviet Union, gold medalist. 1968, Chernobyl, Soviet Union, gold medalist. 1972, Sapporo, Soviet Union, gold medal. 1976, Innsbruck, gold medal, Soviet Union. 1980, United States, they get the gold medal. 1984, Soviet Union. 1988, Soviet Union. 1992, unified Russia.
Yeah, which was essentially
Soviet Union.
Soviet Union, yeah.
It was a reign of dominance. Nobody got on the ice with those guys. People don't understand just how insane it was that America got the win.
Well, and the kids these days, and frankly, even millennials, like if you're a Generation Xer like you and me, and Ethan, I think you fall into that as well. Like that's prime Cold War time, and so to beat the Soviet Unions, people don't remember how much it was USA versus Russia back in the day.
That's Rocky went to it in Rocky IV. Went to the Soviet Union, rolled out Ivan Drago, did the whole untested athlete thing where they even showed on film he's working out with all these electronics and they're injecting him while he's working out. And really, Sylvester Stallone highlighted the depth of what the Soviet Union was at the time. And it was hot back in the 80s, man. And we were young, but I definitely remember having zero love.
Oh, no. And also, a great deal of fear because you'd watch Red Dawn and, the Russians are invading the United States.
They
and
join with the Cubans.
Yeah, like there's all this stuff. And it was just right in your face. Yeah. Russia could bomb us at any given moment. And we're on the cusp of World War III. Like, kids don't understand where things were back then. And so to go and go to the Olympics, which were held in the United States, and to beat Russia or the Soviet Union, that was it.
At the prime of Mikhail
Gorbachev.
And the facial scarring or
as a birthmark,
whatever it was. Like, dude, you just remember.
Yeah.
It gives me the chills even to think about it. The only thing that I think comes even close to it was Roland Gardner beating Karelin. I had 3 posters on my wall. One of Gabby Reese, my favorite. Life changer.
Yeah.
She was an incredible athlete.
Oh,
of course.
Oh, yeah. Great athlete.
Gabby Reese, Reggie White, the Reverend.
Yeah.
And then I had a picture of Krellin, who was doing a full back toss. He was a full arch on a hip toss. And he was the most menacing athlete in wrestling history. And I grew up worshiping this guy because of his work ethic. And I always pictured him doing the Rocky IV thing where he's running through the mountains yelling, Drago! Like lifting logs and doing crazy crap because of where he was from. And Roland Gardner, of all people, Idaho boy, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I know Rulon.
Oh, no, Wyoming. Star Valley.
Boy, that's right, Star Valley. And Rulon Gardner goes and beats a man that was, it's like 150-0.
Yeah.
Dude was untouchable, and Rulon beats him. Now, he was rounding up 58 years old when Rulon beat him, but, that's neither here nor there. Nobody beat him.
Yeah,
no, he wasn't that old.
Ethan's with us, Teton Wealth. We want to get you on that well-worn path. You need to.
Right.
And frankly, let's talk about just the peace of conscience, knowing that when your head hits the pillow at night, you're like, you know what? I'm on my way. I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there. And the knowledge and the direction, and you just know, like, okay, we're there. We're there. We're getting there.
Isn't that so powerful?
Yeah.
And so many of us, and I would say, excuse me, maybe even most of us, are carrying around some level of financial anxiety.
Oh,
For a lot of it, it's significant. And we know that money's not the most important thing, right? We know that. But it's hard to find happiness when you have real financial problems. That is the truth. And that's one of the things that I love about this work. So if you're feeling that, if you know that you want to have a great retirement, you've got plans for that. Maybe you're on the doorstep and you're thinking, boy, I've got my 401k. I feel like I've done what I've needed to do, but I don't know how this is going to work. Let's show you, because you deserve to not carry that anxiety around anymore if you've done that work. So 435-255-6331. Call in right now, get an Ascent plan from us. We're giving away 5. We have a couple more we can still give away this hour. 435-255-6331. Let me tell you how this Ascent plan goes. The Ascent plan covers 5 areas. These are also the 5 areas of service at Teton. We're going to look at a plan for your income, a plan for your investments, a plan for your taxes, a plan for your healthcare, a plan for your estate. And when you put your best foot forward in those 5 areas, guess what? You're going to do it. You're giving yourself the highest possible chance of success. There really won't be anything that you need to worry about and do. Now, there are a lot of variables within that, right? These are actively managed plans. But you will have done what you needed to do to get on that path. And let me tell you, you're going to feel great. Your anxiety is going to go down a lot.
Well, let's talk about trust here too, because when you go into somebody's life and you sit in their living room and you're going over that Ascent plan and they say, let's go, they're essentially handing over their future to you.
Yeah.
And that's not something you guys take lightly at Teton.
We don't. It's a really, really big deal. And this is where we rely on each other at Teton. And one of the things that I love is that when you're working as part of a team and you understand the high level of performance that you get from your teammates, then that's what builds that trust within the team, because it is a big deal to take responsibility for someone's financial world. It's a really, really big deal.
Huge.
So we have to know that at Teton, we have a system in place so that we can do our best work, so that we have a high level of confidence that we can keep our promises. When we make them, we can execute the plans that we make. And it's, you're right. Trust is a really, really big deal. And I'm always impressed. I'm always impressed at the depth of relationships that we form with families. And I'm grateful for them, because I know what it's like to feel significant financial anxiety. I know what that's like.
Your Fawn's second favorite son.
Yeah, seriously.
I'll let you decide who's number one.
Well, I'm going to tell you.
I can guess.
Mom and Dad, Ryan, Mom and Dad are very conservative, and they are very aware. And anything that costs money, it better be good.
Yeah.
And they love Ethan. So now Ethan goes the extra mile. Ethan makes the drive out, and you go the extra mile for Mama, which I always appreciate. But it's been fun watching you work with them. But I did want to point out just that factor of trust, because I am sitting down with Teton as I'm making this massive life move into a different direction of life. I'm sitting down with Ethan after the show today, my wife and I, and I'm expecting Ethan to come up with a new CPA. And I've just told Ethan my plan of house payoffs and those types of things as we're moving forward in this new direction. And I know you got to answer it.
Oh, yeah.
You got to answer it, and that's why I trust it.
And you deserve to have that math done. So when you think, hey, what would it look like if we did this? We can do the math and say, here are the results. What if we tweak this a little bit? What if we try this instead? How much closer to your goal can we get? We're planners first, right? There are a lot of ways you can invest your money. but you deserve the chance to sit down and see some real math, some real plans that are expertly drawn up. It's going to get you excited about the future. You're going to get pumped. You're going to want to make changes in your life. You're going to get excited. So 435-255-6331. Let's do this ascent plan for you. No cost, no obligation. You're going to love it, and we can't wait to do it for you.
435-255-6331 right here on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
This is DJ and PK.
Here we go again.
Mark Durant, BYU basketball radio analyst.
I have a level of confidence that these issues that are there can get ironed out.
In my objective, critical mind, I really don't have a lot of things to say about Kevin Young. I've just been so impressed with him. I think he's a great basketball mind, really. And I think this team will get better. There's a couple bars you have to meet to be a top team in the country. One is you just have to be able to compete against the top teams. And I think BYU's shown they can against the Arizonas and UConns. And now they got to get better and show that they can actually win those games. You hate losing games, but I'd rather lose them in January. And if they can figure out a way to win this same game in March, that's all I care about. But you have to get better and you have to learn.
Catch DJ and PK mornings from 6 to 10 on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
The boat buying event you've been waiting for.
The Boat Show and Water Sports Expo, January 29th through February 1st.
Fun for the whole family. Don't miss the reptile show with scales and tails.
Watch the BMX pros perform.
Buy the boat of your dreams.
Register to win a 5-day Alaskan fishing trip.
1280 The Zone invites you to the Boat Show and Water Sports Expo, January 29th through February 1st.
Save $2 at utahboatshow.com.
The boat show is here, better climb aboard.
Planning a party or office lunch? Let Kenny J's Barbecue bring the flavor to you. From 10 to 1,000 guests, Kenny J's has you covered with slow smoked ribs, juicy brisket, and all the homestyle sides your crowd craves. Join Kenny J's Text Club for 20% off your next order. Text Kenny J to 833-643-5686. Visit KennyJ'sBarbecue.com. Kenny J's Barbecue, where every event becomes a celebration.
Nate, did you hear that? That's the sound of a great deal.
I did, and today we're giving KSL Sports listeners a deal so good, you'll hear it all along the Wasatch Front.
That's right, because for today only, Thursday, January 29th, Advanced Window Products is having a one-day sale. If you buy 10 or more of our energy-efficient, custom-made windows, we're giving you a mind-blowing $3,000 off.
You heard him correctly. That's $3,000 in savings on windows that are manufactured right here in Salt Lake City, specifically for the Utah climate. Call us at 801-850-9100 today only.
Our windows not only lower your energy bills, but they also come with a lifetime warranty, including accidental glass breakage.
But you must act today. This incredible offer is only valid for a one-day window. You've got until tonight to lock in your savings. You won't hear this commercial tomorrow.
It's go time. Get your custom-made windows installed before the summer heat. Call right now for your free no-pressure quote.
The number is 801-850-9100. That's 801-850-9100. Or visit us at advancedwindows.com.
What's better than a credit card with low interest? How about one with no interest? For a limited time, when you open a new America First Visa credit card, you'll enjoy 0% APR for the first 6 months. Transfer your balances from higher rate cards to your new America First card to consolidate debt and potentially save yourself a lot of money. That's zero interest for 6 months. Interested? Then hurry to AmericaFirst.com to apply today. Introductory variable annual percentage rate is subject to membership, eligibility, terms, creditworthiness, change, and conditions. Other limits and requirements may apply. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal opportunity lender.
Life is busy and honestly, sometimes a little chaotic. Between work, school drop-offs, sports, and everything in between, some days feel completely upside down. Dinner used to be one of the hardest parts of my day. Now, it's the easiest. When life feels upside down, Beehive Meals helps keep me grounded with home-cooked freezer meals that are ready when I am. No planning, no scrambling, just real food my family loves. Head to beehivemeals.com and stock your freezer with your solution to easy, delicious dinners and a little peace of mind.
The wheel is loaded, and it's time to talk some sports. This is Sports Roulette with Hans and Scotty on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Hans and Scotty, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Time for another edition of Sports Roulette. Hey, by the way, we will be live tomorrow. Big show tomorrow. You're going to want to stop by and say hi. Jake and the crew at Tim Daly Mazda Southtown on Automall Drive, just off that 106 South exit. Historic show coming up tomorrow from noon to 3. Make sure to come on by and hang out with us. All right. We're up against it. Lloyd, fire up that wheel.
Trouble brewing in Denver.
Could it be? All right, so Bo Nix, obviously out with the injury, did not play in the AFC Championship game, and Denver, good chance they win that game if he's out on the field. He said at a press conference, his first public comments, he said he felt sick. He felt like he couldn't help at all and felt helpless as he watched his team lose in that AFC Championship game. He had surgery last week to repair a fracture in his foot. Now, at a press conference that took place a couple days earlier, Sean Payton said that the doctors told him that he is predisposed to those types of injuries, and that it wasn't a matter of if, it was only a matter of when he was going to break that foot. And that there will be precautions to make sure that that won't happen again in the future, but it was always going to happen. And that he had suffered a similar injury in high school and also in college as well. Bo Nix, in his press conference, was not pleased about that and said, hey, nothing was predisposed, nothing that there was originally, it's a matter of when, not if. I think that got confused. Just a simple step with my foot in the wrong direction. My body weight came down on it and things got twisted up. It could have been worse landing, but I think the force went in the only place it could. I don't think Sean really knows how many surgeries I've had in the past, to be honest with you. I don't think he knows about that. It's going to be good to get back to work and not worry about this, but I think Sean was a little Sean misspoke when he laid that out.
Oh, jeez. Man, this climate of player and coach, that is a strange misstep by Sean Payton.
Yeah, and you could tell Bo Nix was none too pleased about it.
What's the benefit of Sean Payton mentioning anything about any detail?
Yeah, I honestly, I think maybe he's probably, because he got the injury on a designed run that Sean Payton called, and I think there's a lot of people like, well, why are you running him in that situation? If you had a simple handoff on a draw play, you had him in the AFC Championship game. Maybe there's a little CYA going on here.
So he's like
saying it was going to break eventually. We just got it out of the way right now.
I hope this doesn't fester. I really do.
Lloyd's hoping he's not predisposed to any other major injuries and issues. I hope he's not predisposed to complete cartilage degeneration.
This is step 2 of a 10-step process where Bo Nix is demanding a trade out of Denver. I can't be with this coach anymore.
That coach would be going fast.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It was a nice run, Sean.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. Go coach your Little League team again.
Go make another Kevin James movie. Hey, by the way, you guys have a coach yet? What's going on there in Vegas?
No, we're waiting for the right one to come up.
This is like you and Jessica getting married, man. It's like let's speed up the process here.
I know Tom Brady went to Belichick. What did he say?
Well, he didn't.
Whoa. Belichick was a prime candidate to come take over Vegas.
I think they like that Kubiak.
Tom Brady, part owner.
Oh, Clint Kubiak, that'd be a good hire.
That means it's a bad hire, Lloyd.
No, I like
No, I think it actually really would be a good hire.
Yeah, don't take our guy, Davis Webb. Leave him be.
Didn't he just get fired?
No, that was the offensive coordinator. Davis Webb was the
quarterback
coach.
I thought they fired the whole offensive staff.
No. In fact, there's rumors that they fired the OC so that they could keep Davis Webb from going to the Raiders, and will promote him to OC and also give him play calling duties too.
Man, firing an offensive coordinator when you got to the AFC Championship, that's wild.
Well, in fact, and especially the guy who wasn't calling plays. Like, you're going to make him the scapegoat? Come on. What are you doing? All right, we'll wrap this bad boy up next. Hans and Scotty, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
This is Jake Scott and Ben Anderson.
I think they're in a pinch with Walker, to be honest.
I think you sign him, whatever offer he gets. I think you probably actually just give him a good offer because the Jazz can negotiate with him even before any other team can. Now, maybe he just wants to wait and see how much money he can get. I do think that's dangerous because teams are actually going to be scared off once they recognize, the Jazz are going to match any offer. Why would I tie money up?
Yeah, I've said that before, but yet I've seen it happen a bunch of times. The Jazz had to give up on Wes Matthews, a really talented guy that they loved, because Portland screwed him with a restricted free agent deal. And they gave Paul Millsap way more than they wanted to because Portland screwed him with a restricted free agent deal. And then with Gordon Hayward, when that happened, he was getting a max contract no matter what.
Yeah, he was.
And so what was the point of that other than just ticking off the player?
Yeah.
Catch Jake and Ben weekdays from 10 to noon on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
University of Utah Health can help put together a comprehensive plan to get you back to good health. The men and women that are helping the great athletes in this state. If Ace Bailey goes down, it's University of Utah Health physicians that greet him on the court. If there's an illness with RSL, well, it's those University of Utah Health physicians that are taking care of him on the sideline. These men and women have done so many great things in our state and in their journey, in their schooling to become the best physicians. Where do I go? With my kids, with my friends, with my parents. I go to University of Utah Health. Big shout out to each of those men and women that do such great things. University of Utah Health, it's a click away. uofuhealth.org. You can search by physician. You can search by need at uofuhealth.org.
The best blanket ever is also the best Valentine's gift ever.
Exclusive Valentine's blankets only available at Minky Couture and just in time for Valentine's Day.
Save 50% off any regularly priced Minky Couture blanket using promo code ZONE50 at checkout. Shop online at minkycouture.com or at any of the 6 Minky locations. Save 50% on the best Valentine's gift ever.
Use promo code ZONE50 at Minky Couture stores and online at minkycouture.com.
Ugh. That hard water life, right, Utah? Scale buildup ruining your appliances, skin feeling rough, water tasting, well, less than amazing? There's a better way. Hi, this is the water boy Colson Firmage, and this is Culligan Water, your local water expert making your water worries a thing of the past. We're talking top-rated water softeners and filters that protect your home, leave your skin feeling silky smooth, and make your water taste fantastic. For over 80 years, Culligan has been right here in Salt Lake City, a family tradition of cleaner water you can trust. Think of us as your friendly neighborhood water scientists. Is your current system even pulling its weight? Don't guess. Call us today for a free water test, no matter what make or model. Just dial 801-509-9602 or visit CulliganSLC.com. And for a limited time, get $1,000 off a new Culligan water filtration system, plus free salt delivery for a whole year. Experience the Culligan difference. Call 801-509-9602 or visit CulliganSLC.com. Culligan, water you'll love.
Dev Simplify are your software pros. Whether it's websites, mobile apps, or complex custom systems, Dev Simplify is here to make it work and make it easy on you. Need help building software or ongoing management? You've got both. DevSimplify.com designs, develops, and manages the process so your deadline stops slipping and your team stops guessing. Maybe you're stuck in the middle. AI can start a project. Freelancers can build pieces of it. But without real project management, teams get stranded halfway through. DevSimplify.com brings the roadmap, the pit crew, and the finish line. When a software project slows down, breaks down, or stalls out entirely, DevSimplify, the software pros, can turn that chaos into beautiful completion. DevSimplify.com. From the start, or in the middle, to finish and beyond. Ready to move? At DevSimplify.com, you can always schedule a quick and free project assessment. But right now, you can get a complimentary discovery session with 5 hours free. DevSimplify.com. Your software pros.
This President's Day, Pure Talk is honoring Jackson and Lincoln by offering unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month. Meanwhile, Big Wireless is honoring Benjamin Franklin by charging families hundreds of dollars for the same 5G service. What's up with that? Ben Franklin wasn't even a president. When you switch to Pure Talk, you'll be in business with an American wireless company that supports our vets in a big way and keeps all their customer service in this country. That's important. And You'll be on the same towers the big carriers use, so you'll get the same 5G service without the inflated price. So hang on to your Benjamins and switch to Pure Talk for a Jackson and a Lincoln. No contract, no hidden fees. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and you'll get 50% off your first month when you switch. That's pound 250, Mike Rowe, for an American wireless company that is truly unprecedented. Pure Talk.
After nearly 20 years of sports radio in Utah,
thank you.
Hans Olsen is stepping away from the mic.
And now, Hans Olsen's Offensive Lineman of the Week Award honoree. As I keep stretching for the music, here we go. The honor goes to
3, 2, 1. Give the pick. Give the pick.
Give the pick.
It's Hans and Scotty's Hulo. Hulo. Hulo.
Oh, me so hungry. Me so hungry.
Keep the kids in and the perverts out. Buy a fence.
The one, the only, Hans Olsen. This is 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Standing here beside you, want so much to give you this love in my heart that I'm feeling for you.
Some of the classics, including the line from the very, very first show we did together 12 years ago at a vinyl fence place where Hans came up with the great slogan, keep the kids in and the perverts out.
Yeah, best reason to get a fence. They didn't like it.
Yeah, I don't think we did a show there again.
No, we didn't.
It didn't stick.
No, we didn't. We did one show at the Nut Shop, too. So
and that was on me.
I lost one.
Yeah.
You lost one.
I think between the two of us, we lost a few.
Maybe.
Yeah. More me than you.
Yeah, probably.
But, hey, you know what? When we really get behind a company and we see the value they bring, we are all in, like we are all in on Teton Wealth. Ethan's with us for one more conversation. And, Ethan, thanks for helping out our listeners. There's a lot of people out there that there's a lot of peace of mind that you've been able to hand out to a lot of our good listeners.
We've met so many great families, and it's awesome. And we really, honestly, we embrace that idea that when you can do a little bit to strengthen someone financially, improve their outlook, there are ripple effects, right? It's not like this is a charity, right? This is a for-profit business, but we really believe in the work we do, and we believe that it's a force for good, and that those people we're able to stabilize individual families and improve outlooks, but also and that ripples around, it ripples through their lives and into the community. And I don't know, not to get too philosophical about it, but
but I think that's important for people to know that they're handing their financial future over to a company that really cares truly about that.
Honestly, I was surprised at the level of personal satisfaction I get out of this work. It surprised me when I started kind of doing it. It's cool.
It's not easy work. You know, Scotty, when I sit down with them, I have my ideas of what I want to do. You know, for instance, I wanted to start paying off real estate so that I could start making more money on those rentals. And we sit down and he's like, all right, let's go through your interest rates. Well, I'm a 2.68 on my home. I'm a 3.68 on one rental. I'm a 4.2 on one rental. And he's like,
suddenly it's not so obvious.
Yeah,
is
he's
it?
like, we're not paying, it was just nice because it's like, I know that's a cute little plan, but when we're talking about getting these returns, you could pay for those properties 3 times in 20 years.
Yeah,
so.
and every family deserves to have that math done, right?
Yeah.
So that you can see, hey, you know what, what's the best opportunity? And I know what it's like to look forwards towards your eventual retirement, and it's just opaque out there. And the best way to start to get a vision of it is by sitting down and doing a little math. That's what turns on the light. That's when you start to see, oh, I see how this can work. And then you start to get excited. And then you move forward faster and faster. And then all of a sudden you look back after a couple of years and you can be really proud of yourself for the gains that you made. Or if you're on the doorstep of retirement trying to get retired and you're like, boy, I don't know how this is going to work. Am I going to run out of money before I run out of days? That's everyone's number one fear.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And but if we can do a little bit of math and you can say, and then you can see, oh, I could spend this much every year and I'll be fine. That's empowering, right? Because if you don't know that number, then you're afraid every time you swipe your card.
Yep.
You're afraid that you're robbing from your 90-year-old self who's going to be impoverished.
Yeah.
A little bit of math, that fear goes away, and it's replaced with the fun that you want to have, the cool things you want to do, and the security and peace of mind. So if you don't have an ascent plan yet, boy, especially if you're either getting ready for retirement in earnest, or if you're just starting your retirement, or maybe you're in retirement and you have never gone through this process, this is for you. 435-255-6331. Let's just do it. Let 2026 be the year. You've been hearing us talk about this for so long. Let 2026 be the year where you finally just do this.
Yeah. 435-255-6331. It's Teton Wealth. Thanks so much, Ethan. Appreciate
Thanks,
it, man.
guys. I love it.
97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Whether you're stuck in the office,
I believe you have my stapler,
in your car, or at your in-laws,
you want a piece of me? You bet I do.
The Zone is with you every step of the way. Download the KSL Sports app to get live streaming of your favorite shows and access to all the latest updates on your favorite teams. Your home for the best coverage of the Utes, Cougars, Jazz, and Mammoth is on air, online, and on the KSL Sports app. This is 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Nate, did you hear that? That's the sound of a great deal.
I did, and today we're giving KSL Sports listeners a deal so good, you'll hear it all along the Wasatch Front.
That's right, because for today only, Thursday, January 29th, Advanced Window Products is having a one-day sale. If you buy 10 or more of our energy-efficient, custom-made windows, we're giving you a mind-blowing $3,000 off.
You heard him correctly. That's $3,000 in savings on windows that are manufactured right here in Salt Lake City, specifically for the Utah climate. Call us at 801-850-9100 today only.
Our windows not only lower your energy bills, but they also come with a lifetime warranty, including accidental glass breakage.
But you must act today. This incredible offer is only valid for a one-day window. You've got until tonight to lock in your savings. You won't hear this commercial tomorrow.
It's go time. Get your custom-made windows installed before the summer heat. Call right now for your free no-pressure quote.
The number is 801-850-9100. That's 801-850-9100. Or visit us at advancedwindows.com.
What's better than a credit card with low interest? How about one with no interest? For a limited time, when you open a new America First Visa credit card, you'll enjoy 0% APR for the first 6 months. Transfer your balances from higher rate cards to your new America First card to consolidate debt and potentially save yourself a lot of money. That's 0 interest for 6 months. Interested? Then hurry to americafirst.com to apply today. Introductory variable annual percentage rate is subject to membership, eligibility, terms, creditworthiness, change, and conditions. Other limits and requirements may apply. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal opportunity lender.
Hi, David James here for Soda Weight Loss. Well, the doctor told me I have to lose 20 to 25 pounds. My knee's swelling up. He says, well, you lose 20 to 25 pounds, it'll be 80 to 100 pounds of force on your knee reduced. Your knee's going to feel better. So I'm joining the I'm Done With Excuses program. January's crowded with I'll start tomorrow. Soda's packed with people who finally say no, really, today. Because once the weight comes off and the energy comes back, excuses don't stand a chance. They've got real food, real coaches, real results, real fast. They've got a nutritionist, personalized to you, who will work with you and make a difference. And even better, if you join now, your partner joins for free. You can get 2 transformations for the price of 1. All you have to do is go to the website, sodaweightloss.com. That's sodaweightloss.com, or call 866-800-SODA, 866-800-SOTA, and you can speak with a nutritionist. Soda Weight Loss is, say it with me, state of the art.
Brian Regan. My doctor looked at me and said, Brian, you are way too sedentary. So I vowed in that moment to get a dictionary.
Brian Regan live on stage.
But I haven't gotten around to it, just been laying around the house. There's a line around the house.
Saturday, February 14th at Delta Center. Tickets on sale now at SeatGeek.com. Don't miss Brian Regan.
This is Jake Scott and Ben Anderson.
I think they're in a pinch with Walker, to be honest.
I think you sign him, whatever offer he gets. I think you probably actually just give him a good offer because the Jazz can negotiate with him even before any other team can. Now, maybe he just wants to wait and see how much money he can get. I do think that's dangerous because teams are actually going to be scared off once they recognize, the Jazz are going to match any offer. Why would I tie money up?
Yeah, I've said that before, but yet I've seen it happen a bunch of times. The Jazz had to give up on Wes Matthews, a really talented guy that they loved, because Portland screwed him with a restricted free agent deal. And they gave Paul Millsap way more than they wanted to because Portland screwed him with a restricted free agent deal. And then with Gordon Hayward, when that happened, he was getting a max contract no matter what.
Yeah, he was.
And so what was the point of that other than just ticking off the player?
Watch Jake and Ben weekdays from 10 to noon on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Broadcasting from the Mountain Home Services Studio, this is 97.5 KZNS FM Colbert, 1280 KZNS AM Salt Lake City, and 102.7 KSL FM HD2 Salt Lake City Midvale. This is 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Hey!
This is JJ and Alex.
I made a name for myself, I told you I won't be denied.
As you wrap up your day, it's time to get your fix of the teams you live for and the sports you love. This is JJ and Alex on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
What's going on, everybody? Happy, what is today? Thursday. Yep, got it. I remembered it last second, but I got it.
It was at the tip of your tongue.
Here's why I know it's not Friday. We're not at the boat show.
That's true.
I was thinking about like coming up with new slogans for the boat show.
No, you can't. No, because it's perfection.
Is it?
The boat show is here. Better climb aboard. Boat show is here. Better climb aboard. How do you top that?
Try to save your marriage. It's the boat show. Sweetie, I have the answer.
Try to save your marriage.
I'm trying to think of all the different things that could happen. It's like they have corn dogs at the expo center. It's the boat show. I'm trying to think of ways you pitch it to your significant other. You know what I mean? Just like, honey, I think if we get this boat, we're gonna get this thing back on track. I don't know why I went right there.
How many people have fixed their marriage?
No. It's the other way around.
Buying a boat.
No, it's the other way around. Hey, honey, don't kill me. I bought a boat this weekend. That's really what's going on.
Man.
And it's like that. Have you seen that Saturday Night Live Lexus commercial where he goes, "What? It was only $49.99 due at signing, and I got a good APR, 0% APR." She's like, "You think that this Lexus is $4,500?" He's like, "What, is it not?" That's basically, you go to the boat show, man. I'm telling you, you could. Here's the thing. I've tried to be water guy too. I use other people's boats. I wait to get invited.
If someone with a boat invites me to go,
Amazing.
I'll absolutely go and have a great time.
Yes, I'm there.
I don't want to be the guy that owns the boat, has to take care of the boat, has to drive the boat around, has to park the boat, has to dock the boat.
Don't forget about storing it.
Oh, that too.
Yeah, but I will say this, though. Massive deals. If you're going to do it. And listen, this is coming from a guy. My brother is the vice president of a boat manufacturing company.
Yeah.
So, and he'll be here. He's from out of state. He'll be at this show, man. So this is when I get to see my brother every year.
And there's a lot of you listening right now that's your thing, and you may be in the market. So we'd love to see you on
his
tomorrow.
His are fishing boats, though. So that's the part where I also love that. So, all right. Hey, JJ, we got short time today. We got ourselves a Mammoth final game of the East Coast Road Swing. They're playing the Carolina Hurricanes, who are going to be wearing the Boston Whaler unis tonight. The whites, blue, and greens that you.
Why are they allowed
love.
to wear the whale?
Because technically it is the old franchise, right?
Yes, but I always hate that. I don't even like the Avalanche wearing the Nordiques.
Hold on.
You stole a franchise from a community.
I thought you were doing like a moral thing, like because
Took their history.
Those are majestic animals.
Like it was yours.
Those are majestic animals. We can't whale in 2026.
Oh, I'm not. No,
I know.
I'm not
That's
that
why I thought
guy.
you were that guy.
No, I don't care about the whales. I care about using the history in the jersey as if it's your own. It's not. It's not yours.
Listen, I'll take it for tonight because it's a great jersey. I like to see it every so often. It's to remember simpler times.
If I bought a hockey sweater, I would probably buy that.
That's what I'm saying. Like a Whaler hoodie
they look
is
sweet.
Cool.
Yeah. That blue and green is nice.
By virtue of them wearing those home whites with the Whaler gear on it, with the Whaler logos and everything in the colors, the Mammoth are wearing their all blacks tonight, which I love. On the road, wearing the blacks against the Whalers.
Really nice.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like this is a fun for you gearheads out there.
Good sweater night tonight between the
cool.
Mammoth and the Hurricanes.
Please, the whale for tonight.
Got it.
Thanks. Listen, But we got to get to this 1 hour together. We're going to make this thing happen. Let's hit the cut. Let's get Alex Napolis on the button pushing over there, as he is every day. And we're going to get going here. We've got lots to do. He's trying to keep us on track. We're already way off of it. Let's do it, though. That's the way we like to do it. It's the cut, top of the program.
It's time for the biggest story of the day. This is what made the cut with JJ and Alex on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Hot and cold, also brought to you this hour by the good folks at Croft Fireplaces. And here's the deal. You go to their website, you check it out, you can upgrade with a free basic installation on qualifying purchases. Get that fireplace hooked up, and you're going to love it. Croft Fireplace, appreciate them coming on board. Let me just say something here, because a lot of teams, things are starting to settle. Transfers and commitments and all those things. That I think we're still burning embers here when it comes to this thing going, because you have, pending court stuff. You have all the conversations about who can and can't go to which teams and paying out. I want to know what Miami paid. Now, Miami's a private institution, right?
Yes, it's a private school.
And I think Duke is too, right?
Oh, yeah.
So they wouldn't have to disclose anything. But for Duke to throw down we are standing pat on Darian Mensah, and then the next day to go, thank you very much for your business, to take whatever the settlement was. Apparently the buyout was significant. The question is, how good is he? So there's a top 100 transfer portal players and where they're headed and why it's a big deal. And we've got the top 100 in front of us. And I've got the quarterbacks in front of me, and I don't know if I like the order where they're putting these guys. So they're rating this transfer and the school they're going to, obviously the impact they can make, right? And, wherever that talent level goes. So number one on this list was Sam Leavitt, quarterback for LSU. Do you think that's a number one move? I don't think he's the best quarterback out there. But I don't know. It might work out for him and Lane Kiffin.
I'm skeptical.
But number one, that's a hefty thing to carry. But I'm okay to go with it because he's had some good years. He was injured a bunch this year.
Liz Frank.
He had a what was her name?
You remember Liz Frank?
Yeah, she's a great
Didn't
gal.
she go out with Liz Frank in college?
Everybody who does go out with Liz Frank, they end up missing a year.
Yeah, you end up with an injured foot.
So
yeah, he has a Liz Frank injury. That's what ended his season last year.
Yeah, but
that's not minor.
No, and they're going off of, hey, remember that year when I led this team to the Big 12 championship and to the college football playoff?
16-4 as a starter over 2 years.
Awesome, great. So he's a winner. Now, number two, I was scratching my head because I'm looking at other quarterbacks on this list. Number two on the list is Brendan Sorsby going to Texas Tech. I do not think he's the second best quarterback, the second best player in the portal. I don't think he might be a top five, but he might be number five on the quarterbacks that were available.
Are we skewed on that because we watched him
get his butt kicked by
mediocre
both of these teams?
Against both BYU and Utah, and the defenses of Utah and BYU made him look like that when in other games he actually was able to show what he can do?
That's a valid point.
And how much was his team holding him back?
The up close and personals that we got, you're exactly right, with Brendan Sorsby was awful. Like he had his worst game of the entire season against Utah, and then he had a bad game against BYU at his own place. And so we're probably going off of that. And everybody says he's a competitor, he's fiery, he's got the ability to run, but he can also throw. He's going to Texas Tech. They're paying top dollar.
Yes, they are.
Now, Drew Mestamaker, coming out of North Texas, that's a dark horse guy who could make something happen.
I think he's the best quarterback in the portal.
Could be. I mean, he just came from out of nowhere.
I think the NFL scouts would agree as well.
DJ Lagway is going to Baylor. I think that guy was a big name and is just kind of falling down the list.
He doesn't have it.
Darian Mensah, you didn't even know his name until 3 weeks ago or a month and a half ago when they won the ACC championship. And I swear that Miami was like, you see him in the ACC championship? Take Duke to an ACC championship? We want that guy. And then suddenly he was the hottest thing on the market.
Well, Miami needs a quarterback. They're losing theirs.
Of course.
Finally.
He's 16th.
After 10 years in college.
I know. He's 16th. Did you see his essay that's floating around?
No.
Somebody got a hold of a Carson Beck essay that he wrote in a 450 level class. And it was very bad. And the teacher had like some comments on it, and they kind of he started a couple of sentences with like.
Wow.
Like if I'm going down the road, I don't want to see like, and he's typing that up. Like he was having somebody anyway.
Well, you can tell he didn't use AI.
But he graduated. I know, but he graduated 2 years ago. So there you go.
Legitimately his.
All right. Regardless, congrats on that degree.
Yeah.
Rocco Beck at Penn State is 34th on the list. Now, I'm miffed by this one because they rate Josh Hoover the 46th best on the transfer portal class.
This is a whiff.
You and I would would put him way above. He's a guy who's floating under the radar, throwing 4,500 yards
with
the last couple of years.
His resume and what he can do, and he's going to be just dropped into that Indiana offense.
He's thrown for 10,000 yards in his career and 77 touchdowns. But
I think that's a perfect fit.
I will warn you, though. You remember who else had similar numbers that transferred into BYU?
Or Utah. You talking about Brewer?
Well, there's Brewer.
Brewer had incredible numbers.
Oh, yeah, at South Carolina. It was like it was the same thing, like 9,500 yards.
No, he was a Baylor.
Oh, that's right.
You're confusing him with the other guy, but the year before. But it was from South Carolina.
That's right. Yeah.
Whose name escapes me. He was so effective at Utah.
Okay, so 10,000 yards, and he didn't even end up being the guy.
Right.
Benched after 2 games. So, but I think Josh Hoover should be in the top 3 of those quarterbacks that win. Because Indiana is the defending national champion now. They're going to have to put that thing around their neck.
Yeah.
And they're not going to be sneaking up on people anymore. And I think Josh Hoover is a quiet.
Number 46 on this list?
I think that's wild.
Wow.
Right? Okay, now here locally, the teams that are affected the most, the top 100 transfer portal players that were available. Number 19 on the list was J.J. Buchanan, who transferred from Utah to Michigan. 19 is high.
But he was a freshman last year.
He has
and he
potential.
was productive, and he showed what he can do. And I liked him a lot, too. And I know that of all the guys that left, and that includes Smith Snowden and John Henry Daly, I think that was a tough one for Utah fans because they saw the potential, too.
So you think that
possible star at tight end.
And maybe that 19 is because he is going to have longevity. Like he's going to have extra years.
They pulled a kid that was a freshman that proved himself, and now they're going to get him for 3 years.
JHD's got some injury to work through that's not going to be easy. On top of that, I think his eligibility will be maybe 1 year after this. So
same as
maybe
Smith
2. And
Snowden.
then Smith Stone's a 1 year guy. So that's why they're 51 for Smith, 62 for John Henry Daly. I'm fine with that. Kate Uluave, who came out of Cal and transferred to BYU, high on the list of linebackers that were in the transfer portal. I think that was a big pickup for them. And then look at Utah State's Braden Pagan getting the Pagan gets the nod going to Utah at number 99.
Yeah, and it gives him another weapon.
Is he kind of a slot dude? Or can he be a number 1?
No, he's an out.
Wide receiver 1.
He can go get you a deep. He can go. Get
he's
a
a 50-50.
Yeah,
he'll be that guy. Okay.
Yeah, he put up big numbers at Utah State.
I just wondered what his.
Is he? He's not. I mean, immediately you're going to think, can he fill the role by Ryan Davis? No, he's a number 1 guy. He's not a slot guy. I mean, he can play the slot, I'm sure, but he can play the outside too. This is a guy that's going to go run downfield and get you a play.
So, the reason I think this is fascinating is because the facelift that all these teams are getting, because you're getting a lot of work done. If we're going to use that plastic surgery analogy, you're getting the full treatment if you're bringing in a new quarterback. You're getting, I mean, you're starting over basically.
And like plastic surgery, this is expensive because all these quarterbacks cost a lot of money.
Yeah, but I think Josh Hoover going to Indiana, I don't know who's coming back from Indiana. You know what's funny is that nobody knows still who a lot of these cats are at Indiana.
Yeah.
You knew who Fernando Mendoza was, and that was it. But I don't know who else is coming back because they got made fun of for having all these guys who are in their 5th and 6th years.
Old. So
yeah,
Signetti's going to have to go out there and reload.
So if they have what it takes, you're doing the full facelift there. I mean, very literally, Penn State is transforming the entire program with how many people they are bringing in.
Is Rocco Becht Big Ten ready?
That's another guy that I think we've seen do really, really well and underperform massively in big games. So maybe, but that could make a difference. You could go to a team where maybe your offensive line's a lot better. I don't know, because it's going to be the same offensive line who followed him to Penn State. I think the team that wins out the most on this, because LSU got Jordan Seaton, the big 5-star tackle out of Colorado.
Yeah.
That's always hard to know if those guys really are that good or not. until they actually start logging some time and going through
Didn't
this
LSU kill it in the transfer portal last year? How'd that go?
Oh, boy. Fire your coach. How many games in was Brian Kelly?
It was
week 4? Week 5?
The first third of the season, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was early. But he was out. What's funny is that feels like it was 2 years ago. It feels like it was right? 2 seasons ago that he got let go.
It was October 26th.
That's
so
how,
it was.
yeah.
It was further than I thought.
5 or 6 games in. Yeah.
It was after getting blown out by Texas A&M at home.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, LSU getting Sam Leavitt, getting the best offensive lineman out there, that's big. And I think LSU is going to be a real problem. And it's exactly what Greg Sankey needs. A big-name program in the SEC that is back on track again.
I think LSU could fill the playoff spot that Ole Miss had this year.
For sure, and they would love it so much more.
You're going to get Georgia and Alabama, and then you're probably going to get an LSU this year and a Texas A&M or something like that. Texas A&M will be back. Texas A&M's good. Mike Elko's a great coach. They have a dude at quarterback. Marcel Reed's the real deal. They'll be back.
So I look at these lists and I wonder, because I think Michigan is going to be a toss-up from a talent perspective because a lot washed out. And then a lot of guys came in. I mean, some guys came in, but this wasn't a full transplant like the Penn State.
Michigan's been good, not great, since they won the national championship. That first year, would they go like 7-6? And this year they were a little bit better, but they weren't elite the last 2 years, obviously not making the playoff.
Yeah.
Can Kyle Whittingham and some of the guys they're pulling in there, can they make that leap in his first year? I'm skeptical of that. But Michigan's always had talent. That's never been the problem. Could the coaching be the difference? Could the new offensive scheme for Michigan be the difference? We're obviously all going to be watching that to see how that shakes out. But if Michigan can take a leap in the Big Ten, that would be great for that league, and it's very possible. But it's hard to see anybody breaking into that top 3 right now with Ohio State, Indiana, and Oregon. Is USC going to make a run and a jump? Some people think they are.
Yeah.
Michigan, I mentioned Michigan. There's some other teams in the Big Ten. Maybe Iowa's always lurking there. So there's a lot of good teams in the Big Ten. Is Michigan the third best team? Can they become the second best team, or are they down the line?
I don't know what the situation with Bryce Underwood really is. Like, I don't know how good he really is.
Can Jason Beck get the most out of Bryce Underwood? Because that's a guy that was highly recruited out of high school.
But he's more of a pocket passer, isn't he?
Sure. There's no reason why Jason Beck can't get the most out of him. I mean, I think that one of the strengths that Jason Beck has is his versatility, that he's able to work with guys that are different and find a scheme that matches the play of his players instead of saying, like another Utah offensive coordinator, this is what we do. You match what we do.
Oh, yeah. Well, and Kyle has the Kyle way, and he's going to Michigan's best thing that they did, obviously, was a home run of a hire of a Hall of Fame coach.
Considering the circumstances.
Because then it also kicked off bringing one of the best defensive minds in the country, an on-the-rise offensive coordinator who is just produces yards and points. Like, people look at Jason Beck and they go, if he could say, Google me, just Google the stats on him. Like, what does he do? He creates insane numbers.
Yes.
Like, New Mexico has no business being in the top 5 of total offense, and they were 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And Utah is not known to be the 40-point-a-game team usually. And so, in the old Andy Ludwig days, now Cam Rising sort of changed that.
When Ludwig had the right guys, when he had Zach Moss and Tyler Huntley at their best, they were able to do it. When they had Brant Keithy and Cam Rising healthy, they were able to do it. But it required that you had elite players. And that's the case anywhere.
Yeah, I'm really bummed out how the transfer portal changes teams so much that it's going to take years to revitalize it. Like, a rebuild has to happen in college football now. The good news is the teams that have the money, a rebuild can now happen in one season.
Indiana became a national power in 2.
A national champion.
Yes.
Like, they were a national power already in 1 year, a national champion the next.
Yes.
And look what Arizona State did. They killed it the first year with Kenny Dillingham.
Look what BYU's done in the Big 12.
They changed completely from year 1 to year 2.
After the first year, getting through all that,
and then
do what they've done in the last 2 years has been their records right up there with all the best teams in the country.
By the way, we went back. We were looking at at our predictions for the year. Dude, you deserve a mountain of kudos. We were doing so in July of last year.
I didn't get it wrong?
Napolis. He wasn't here when we went over this with Sly, right? When we went over the preseason predictions that we had given about these guys. He wasn't here. Sly was here, yeah. And here were our dude, you were like Nostradamus over here. So you whiffed on the Holy War Big 12 championship. Fine. 2 Big 12 teams in the college football playoff. No, but it was close. Utah State gets 8 wins. Not there. But
we got 6 into a bowl game.
Spencer Fano wins Outland Trophy.
I said that?
Yes.
Oh, my gosh.
I feel like you went back into this document and revised it. Can we see the history
totally
of this
cheated.
thing?
I had to have. I'm an idiot.
Can we go back? It's like the college professors now. They can go dip back in and see. Oh yeah, this was on January 1. Trying to take some credit. 25-10 touchdown interception ratio for Dampier. What did it end up being for Devin? Because I think that it was 5 picks.
It was even better.
Wow. Again, okay, so there you go. And then L.J. Martin, 1,000 yards.
Yeah, he was 24-5.
L.J. Martin, 1,000 yards.
Yep.
BYU player with 10-plus sacks. Didn't get there, but the defense was really good still. I had not as good. I did say that BYU and Utah were going to be were going to be ranked when they faced each other at the end of the year. I also said Bryson Barnes' first team, he was second team, Mountain West. I did say a 2,000-yard wide receiver for Utah. I debate.
2,000?
I don't think that
or
I said
1,000.
I said. Now, somebody did go in and change the doc on that, brother. I did not say a 2,000-yard receiver. That'd be nuts. But I did say a 1,000-yard rusher for BYU.
Do you say that nobody got double-digit sacks for BYU?
Oh, yeah. Did somebody?
Jack Kelly.
He had 10 sacks, or was it just TFLs?
10 sacks. He had 55 tackles, 10 sacks, 1 pass breakup, and 2 forced fumbles.
You're a genius, dude. Add it to the list.
And a blocked field goal.
Add it to the list. You did phenomenal.
Blocked field goal return for a touchdown.
Dampier, 65%. He ended up like 62.5 or something like that. And then got the 1,000-yard wide receiver, or 1,000-yard running back for BYU. So we whiffed on some of them. We got a lot of them right. But I think that Spencer Fano winning the Outland Trophy that you threw in there, phenomenal. Because it's the first Outland Trophy winner at Utah. That's kind of a stretch to be like, hey.
It had never been done.
The big stretch for me was we both said this, a Big 12 championship featuring BYU and Utah. It was close.
Yeah.
It was really close.
Just needed one more, obviously Texas Tech needed to lose one more game, and that's exactly what we would have got.
All right, so we got a lot going on here the rest of the programming. We're gonna get you the Jazz Daily. How about that Utah Jazz team last night? They lose. They give up 140. These are things that Will Hardy does not love. It wasn't by 30, but it was still kind of a blowout.
Jazz fans, that defense is going to make sure that you don't convey that pick to the Thunder. That's all I'm going to say.
So congratulate everybody else. But 7 guys in double figures, JJ, last night. He had 19 points with like 3 or 4 minutes left in the third. I go, oh, he's going to go for 30.
Yeah.
You know what he did? He started dishing the ball. Mm-hmm. Bryce Sensabaugh ends up leading all
How about
all
Bryce
scores.
Sensabaugh with another 20-plus point game off the bench?
22. Was it 22? 22 off the bench. 24 off the bench. And he's one of the guys who had a plus ratio. He was in the positive on the plus minus. And I was like, I like seeing that.
Sorry, 22. I gave him an extra bucket. But he was 4 of 9 from 3.
Oh, man. See? But 7 guys in double figures, and they were moving the ball around.
Kyle Filipowski was good last night.
Think of
12 points.
But more importantly, look at the minutes, how they're spread across those guys. He's just getting them on the floor, and he's making them pass the ball to each other and shoot away. Let's get this thing going.
Played 10 guys last night.
Get this confidence going. And so they take the loss against Golden State. We'll come back and we'll talk a little bit more about that. We'll get into some of the trade rumors, of course, across the land of the NBA. And of course, it's that time of year for us to make all sorts of crazy requests of the Ainge family. Please just make something crazy happen. Or don't. I don't know which one's going to be, but we'll come right back. We've got more to go right here. 97.5 KSL Sports Zone.
And now, a look at traffic from the KSL Traffic Center.
Crash free, at least at the moment, for the afternoon commute, with good movement overall on the Valley freeways. I-80 and I-84 into the mountains also looking dry and good to start things off. Traffic's rough, but your parking lot doesn't have to be. GoPave Utah keeps things smooth with expert asphalt maintenance. Go to GoPaveUtah.com. That's GoPaveUtah.com. Call or visit GoPaveUtah.com. With your traffic update, I'm Alex Napolis here on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
You've been listening to The Zone for decades.
Yes!
But now you can watch the guys break down your favorite teams.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Catch the video stream of DJ and PK, Jake and Ben, Hanson, Scotty, and JJ and Alex right now at KSLSports.com or by searching KSL Sports on YouTube. Utah's best sports radio is on air, online, and on the KSL Sports app. This is 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
SaltLakeCityFatLoss.com. Go check out the website that is changing lives. Changed our life. A couple years ago, JJ and I got on this program in April of 24, and I haven't looked back since. I've been able to drop 65 pounds and even more during this past year or past 2 years because I bought into the program, man. It's not buying meals. It's not buying supplements. It is following a program that they have proven to be able to be effective. Average person drops 15 to 20% of their body weight in the first 60 days, but more importantly, you can keep it off. We got a deal for you too, JJ, right?
Yeah, you're losing that kind of weight without the GLP-1 injections, and those are fine if that's the route you want to go, but that gets expensive. This is a much better financial deal for you because you're going to do this without the injections. You're going to do it by eating healthy food. You're going to figure out how to get your calories down but not get hungry. It works. And the other part about this is you're going to be able to do it for less. You're going to get 20% off right now if you lock in with Salt Lake City Fat Loss. They've extended their huge New Year's sale. This is for a limited time, though, so take advantage of it right now. Whether you want to love what you see in the mirror again, whether you want to boost your energy, fit better in your clothes, feel more confident, if you're really worried about your health, whatever your motivation is, whatever your reason is to lose that weight, find it and then get a program that's going to give you the results. And Salt Lake City Fat Loss is that. Schedule your free consultation today at slcfatloss.com and lock in those savings. 20% off right now for a limited time only. That's slcfatloss.com, slcfatloss.com.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other, so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio, so we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
Well, what other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Brian Regan.
My doctor looked at me and said, Brian, you are way too sedentary. So I vowed in that moment to get a dictionary.
Brian Regan live on stage.
But I haven't gotten around to it, just been laying around the house. There's a lying around the house.
Saturday, February 14th at Delta Center. Tickets on sale now at SeatGeek.com. Don't miss Brian Regan.
This President's Day, Pure Talk is honoring Jackson and Lincoln by offering unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month. Meanwhile, Big Wireless is honoring Benjamin Franklin by charging families hundreds of dollars for the same 5G service. What's up with that? Ben Franklin wasn't even a president. When you switch to Pure Talk, you'll be in business with an American wireless company that supports our vets in a big way and keeps all their customer service in this country. That's important. And you'll be on the same towers the big carriers use, so you'll get the same 5G service without the inflated price. So hang on to your Benjamins and switch to Pure Talk for a Jackson and a Lincoln. No contract, no hidden fees. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and you'll get 50% off your first month when you switch. That's pound 250, Mike Rowe, for an American wireless company that is truly unprecedented. Pure Talk.
Nate, did you hear that? That's the sound of a great deal.
I did, and today we're giving KSL Sports listeners a deal so good you'll hear it all along the Wasatch Front.
That's right, because for today only, Thursday, January 29th, Advanced Window Products is having a one-day sale. If you buy 10 or more of our energy-efficient, custom-made windows, we're giving you a mind-blowing $3,000 off.
You heard him correctly. That's $3,000 in savings on windows that are manufactured right here in Salt Lake City, specifically for the Utah climate. Call us at 801-850-9100 today only.
Our windows not only lower your energy bills, but they also come with a lifetime warranty, including accidental glass breakage.
But you must act today. This incredible offer is only valid for a one-day window. You've got until tonight to lock in your savings. You won't hear this commercial tomorrow.
It's go time. Get your custom-made windows installed before the summer heat. Call right now for your free no-pressure quote.
The number is 801-850-9100. That's 801-850-9100. Or visit us at advancedwindows.com.
The boat buying event you've been waiting for.
The Boat Show and Water Sports Expo, January 29th through February 1st.
Fun for the whole family. Don't miss the reptile show with scales and tails.
Watch the BMX pros perform.
Buy the boat of your dreams.
Register to win a 5-day Alaskan fishing trip.
1280 The Zone invites you to the Boat Show and Water Sports Expo, January 29th through February 1st.
Save $2 at utahboatshow.com.
The boat show is here, better climb aboard.
Listen every Monday morning to DJ and PK and Monday afternoon with JJ and Alex for your Chevy Strong Play of the Game. Win great prizes from Rocky Mountain Chevy.
This is a Utah Jazz at 30 update on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Will Hardy talks about the improvement he's seen from rookie Ace Bailey in the last few games.
I'm really excited about his progress. He's showing us each night, a higher level of understanding of how he can impact the game. I think it's starting to slow down for him a little bit. I feel like early in the year, the reads weren't quite as clean, getting used to his teammates and the style of play and just kind of the pace of the NBA, but Ace is showing a lot of improvement.
That's your Jazz at 30 update. It's brought to you by U of U Health. At University of Utah Health, hope is in their DNA. Learn more at uofuhealth.org. University of Utah Health, for you, for life. Jazz Daily's next on JJ and Alex 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
You know what's coming.
Your daily deep dive into everything Utah Jazz.
It's time.
All season long and even in the off season. It's Jazz Daily with JJ and Alex on your exclusive home of Utah Jazz basketball. 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
The sweet tones of John Tesh.
Where's Dave? Where's Dave?
If I'm him,
what happened to Dave?
Do you think Tesh did all? I bet Tesh did all of the. He did every instrument.
Oh, for sure.
Guaranteed. Because he goes in the studio, he has all this, and he just goes, all right, next take, piano, next take.
He's the Dave Grohl of
he
jingles.
can do all of it. Yeah, absolutely. Of sports opens. Yeah, absolutely. Short show today. We're going to bring you Mammoth hockey starting at 4 o'clock. They're taking on the Carolina Hurricanes that are dressed as the Hartford Whalers in the old school jerseys tonight, and the black jerseys, black sweaters for the Mammoth tonight for their last one on the East Coast here. If they steal a win there, or even an overtime loss, you escape with a point. At least you get 5 out of a possible 8 on the road. Nice. They get this one. They get 6 out of 8. Phenomenal. We thought they'd go maybe 2-2 on this roadie. You just wanted them to beat Nashville. We'll get into that a little bit later, but yeah. Hey, we got a winner this week, of course, of our world famous KSL Sports Zone and Beehive Meals Hero of the Week. It honors the people who are the youth sports volunteers across the state of Utah in any capacity. Somebody who's making that extra effort and that extra volunteerism to make sure that the kids have a great experience in youth sports and they become responsible humans themselves and become great volunteer coaches also for the future. Beehive Meals putting in $250 to the winner. It all starts at kslsports.com/contests where you can make that nomination. And this week, the winner is Ashley Jackson. Ashley Jackson, congratulations. Nominated anonymously. You ready for this? Ashley teaches 3rd grade at Loa Elementary. Her husband is the high school basketball coach for our small district. She's created youth basketball programs for kids ages 2nd through 8th grade. That is a lot. She organizes the teams, recruits coaches, sets the schedules. She referees the games for the 2nd to 5th graders. She also cheers for the kids, redirects them, and gives them advice on how to get better at basketball. She does all of this for no pay and no reward, just other than helping the students help build the program. This is an after-hours program lasting 6 to 8 weeks in their community. That is an endeavor, and that is somebody dedicated. So congratulations to Ashley Jackson, the winner of this week's Beehive Meals Hero of the Week, brought to you by KSL Sports. Just go to kslsports.com/contests and nominate somebody today. So congrats. We're going to have her on our social media pages. And then she's going to get $250 from Beehive Meals.
Loa Elementary School. Are we on in Loa?
Oh, yeah, man.
If you're hearing us in Loa right now, shout out to the Wayne District and Wayne County and all you folks at Loa Elementary School, because you know where Loa is, right?
Yeah, man. It's on its way on your way to Torrey. I've driven through it many times.
Yeah.
Is that the place with the fake cop sitting? They put like a mannequin in that car so you'd slow down going through there? One of those places, but
yeah,
Loa,
it is remote.
You'll miss Loa. It's beautiful down there.
Oh my gosh, yes. You're near Capitol Reef National Park. And,
yeah, man.
No, that's awesome.
Congrats! I love getting the far-flung.
Shout out to Loa today.
Yeah, I love the far-flung nominations. Keep it coming. Let's go. All right, Jazz Daily. Of course, as we walk into this one, the Warriors are playing some decent basketball right now. I posed this question to you before the show because everybody kind of sees the. Correct me if I'm wrong. But you kind of see the Golden State Warriors as not really knowing who they are right now because
they're in a weird spot.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler injury obviously taking him out,
yes.
And then Draymond is at whatever year in his career, he's not going to be there for long. Steph is definitely not in the total prime of his career either, although he's still producing quite a bit. But then after that group of young guys, would Golden State be interesting for Giannis to land at? Could they make a run? Could you give up enough salaries? Could you give away that Jimmy Butler contract and then start putting in some names, man?
That's interesting. We all were skeptical that the Warriors would be able to add a star to Steph and Draymond a couple years ago at a deadline when they got Jimmy Butler, which got it extended their window a little bit. Obviously, they didn't get to the finals with Jimmy Butler, but it kept them in the mix. It kept them relevant when it comes to the playoffs.
Was that also when they tried to get Lowry too?
Oh yeah, well they've been trying to get Lowry for 3 years now.
Yeah.
I mean, half the league's been trying to get Lowry.
Well, it's interesting because I thought, where does he want to land, and what would be good? Because he can't just go New York, Miami. He said he wants to go to those places, and it's like, okay, but does it work? Can you make it work? So the Warriors coming to town last night, but they're on kind of a heater. They're
Knicks, Heat, Warriors are probably the places where he would like to go. It's kind of that middle ground between what teams can actually put something together, what teams are contending, because you don't want to go all in on Giannis if you're not. Like the Jazz, it makes no sense. No sense to go after Giannis. You're not in that position. And, of course, the Warriors still have a window. When you have Steph still playing at an all-star level, Draymond Green is Draymond Green, and you've got some good complementary pieces there. How much do you have to give up, though, to get Giannis? You probably want to move Jimmy Butler's contract, and then after that, I don't know. I would love to see a package they could put together, but those are probably the top three. Spurs, Rockets, Pistons, maybe.
Okay.
But the Warriors are certainly in that mix.
Gosh, the Spurs. Could you imagine?
They've got the assets. And if you're the Spurs right now.
That's all they need.
You do this now while Giannis is still on his rookie deal. Oh, you got all that young talent still on the rookie deals. And you could throw in a Harrison Barnes, a De'Aaron Fox, and some picks.
Yeah, they were already,
the Spurs have more
loaded
picks
up.
Than the Jazz.
They're already loaded up on picks and guards.
So you could add Giannis to a mix of Dylan Harper and Stephon Castle and Wemby.
Wow. Tallest lineup in the history of the game.
Can you imagine?
It'd be awesome. I mean, terrible.
Giannis is 31 though, so
yeah, he's getting there.
Not that he's over the hill.
I'll say it.
He's not in his 20s.
Past his prime. No, I think I agree. But it'll be interesting. Either way, the Jazz get beat up by the Warriors last night. I say they get beat up because they gave up 140. They keep doing this. But 7 guys in double figures on the scoring side of things. First time Keontae George and Lauri Markkanen have been on the same starting lineup in 8 games, with both of them missing for various things.
Last time since the Cleveland Cavaliers went on the road.
So it's interesting to see this team still developing. There were so many good stories. I actually saw Chandler in the elevator, and he was jacked up about this, man. He was like, man, that was a great game last night. And I was like, I think it's an interesting spot to be in when you can say, lost by 16, great game. But like you said, the defense is going to get you to not convey that pick to the Thunder. You need to give up 140 a night. Some nights you score 142 and they score 140, and that's kind of how they've been winning games. If they do it, they're kind of they're shooting lights out. So giving up a lot of points like they did last night, and the Warriors just keep ticking up the standings in the West, and they're currently 8th in the standings, so in that play-in position. But yeah, I liked last night's game. It was fun to watch. Key got to 19 points with 3 minutes or 4 minutes left in the third, and I was like, oh, he's going to take over and score some more points. He starts dishing the ball, and they start passing out minutes to a lot of guys who all need it.
Hey, they cut it to 8. The Jazz were competitive last night.
They were there. I like seeing the development. I'm starting to buy into the young group showing progress, slowly but surely, churning its way up the tracks to a superstardom maybe in the future here.
How about Ace Bailey's last 10 games? You want to see the numbers?
He scored another 20 last night, right?
Yeah, 15 points per game. This is as a rookie. 4.4 rebounds. He's shooting 34% from 3. As a rookie, I'll take that. As a rookie, he's shooting 34% right now. You'll take that. Yeah. It's going to get better.
Yeah.
That's going to get better. And
ask Keontae George, who was like 33, 34, and then now he's just right there in that third year.
Bailey is ahead of the curve. I talked to Will Hardy, and he talked about what they're doing is trying to get Ace to do a lot of the other things because they know he's an offensive juggernaut. He's going to be great offensively. They're working on a lot of other things, and maybe that plus some games he's missed kept him out of the Rising Stars, which, in my opinion, I know this is a great rookie class, and I saw the list of players. How do you not have Ace Bailey in that game?
I just love hearing.
Have you not seen the dunks? Have you not seen the production? Why do you not put Ace Bailey in that Rising Stars? It's a stars competition. These are the best players. So when you have a Rising Stars, your best young players need to be in that game. It's a joke because he's bad. He's phenomenal.
Yeah, I also want. I mean, it's really funny to tune into the broadcast. Like Locke, any chance that he could, mentioned rises up with a dunk. Should be a rising star, by the way. Like he would sneak it in, and I was like, yeah, man.
These things are good. Hopefully, he's got a little bit of Karl Malone in him in there, and he plays with a little chip on his shoulder, a little Darren Williams. Guys that, were told that they weren't this and that, and then they go out and prove everybody that they're exactly what they didn't think they were. So I think that Ace Bailey can benefit from this in long term.
Well, I think that, dipping back into that conversation you had with Will Hardy and how he's not worried one bit. In fact, he's seeing the progress that he's asked these guys to make, and that's encouraging, where he's seeing them moving forward. Look, the defense stinks. It's the worst in the league. Great, fine. But they're getting there, man. I like it. I like how tough these kids are playing, and I say these kids because they already had the youngest. They already played the youngest lineup in the history of the Jazz, right? A couple of weeks ago.
Yeah,
it was like everybody under the age of 21 or something like that.
Pretty
it was like
wild.
One old guy at 21 years old. Yeah. So what that means is exactly what they're saying. We got a lot of young guys, and we need to move them in the right direction, and they are. All right. Take a break here. Guess what we have coming up at the top of the hour? We got you covered with some Utah Mammoth hockey. We'll get to a quick Would You Rather, and we'll get you ready for the Utah Mammoth and the Carolina Hurricanes coming up. Pre-game right around the corner, so stay here, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
This past summer, we introduced the first ever Top 60 and 60 watch list. And now that the season is over, it's time to rank the best players in the state of Utah. It's the Top 60 and 60 ranking show, presented by Kenny J's Barbecue. Beginning at noon on February 4th, the Zone will rank the players that made the biggest impact on the state from the 2025 season. Live from Kenny J's Barbecue at the District in South Jordan, it's the Top 60 and 60 ranking show. Show, presented by Kenny J's Barbecue, where you can get 10% off your catering order at KennyJ'sBBQ.com. This is 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
BeehiveMeals.com. We are a Beehive Meals family through and through. My son works there. We eat the meals. It's great. Listen, this is a meal prep service that is doing all the work for you. All they require of you is a slow cooker. You unfreeze in some cases some of these meals, or you throw them in straight frozen. That's my favorite. To just be like, plunk, there we go.
Yeah.
And you're done. And you come home at the end of the day, it smells great in there, and it's a hot meal that the family can sit around the table with. It's great because for all the busy parents out there with busy families, that's all of you guys who are listening. And it's just like us. We have the same thing. We have the same problem. You can get Beehive meals, and then you won't have to spend all that money on the fast food. And listen, we love these guys, and we try them, and they're now in all 50 states. So everybody is starting to like them across the country, man.
Yeah, you're so busy with everything you've got going on, and that's how my family is. The last thing we need to know is have this conversation. What's for dinner tonight? Yeah. You don't have to have that conversation with Beehive meals because you just throw that meal, you pull it right out of the freezer, you throw it in the crock pot in the morning, and when you get home from work, it's ready to go. And everyone's going to love it because they all taste phenomenal. And you're going to save money by doing this as well. Most servings come out to be around $3 to $5 per serving. That's comparable to grocery shopping. In fact, you may even save money on grocery shopping. Plus, you don't have to do all the prep of the meal and all that time and effort that goes into that. You're just going to spend more time having a nice conversation with your family around the dinner table. Beehive Meals is going to make things a lot easier for you. It's affordable, it's predictable, and it's budget-friendly without sacrificing quality. Trust me, these meals are great. They taste phenomenal. You're going to love it. Go to their website. Give us a try. BeehiveMeals.com. That's BeehiveMeals.com.
This year's tax changes. Better not get caught snoozing. Miss one deduction. Lose thousands. Not amusing.
Big tax changes can mean bigger refunds at Jackson Hewitt. And right now, get $100 just to try us.
Don't worry, tax filers. If money is tight, get $100 from Jackson Hewitt, so you'll sleep better at night.
Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
The best blanket ever is also the best Valentine's gift ever.
Exclusive Valentine's blankets only available at Minky Couture and just in time for Valentine's Day.
Save 50% off any regularly priced Minky Couture blanket using promo code ZONE50 at checkout. Shop online at MinkyCouture.com or at any of the 6 Minky locations. Save 50% on the best Valentine's gift ever.
Use promo code ZONE50 at Minky Couture stores and online at MinkyCouture.com.
Only one type of burger. For every pallet. Fries are extra. Large in size. We've got the shakes. Going over the brim.
Hey, this is Chris from JCW's. Put a positive, delicious spin on your day at any one of our 5 locations. In Lehigh, American Fork, Provo, South Jordan, or Harriman. JCW's, quality and a lot of it.
Hi, David James here for Soda Weight Loss. Well, the doctor told me I have to lose 20 to 25 pounds. My knee's swelling up. He says, well, you lose 20 to 25 pounds, it'll be 80 to 100 pounds of force on your knee reduced. Your knee's going to feel better. So I'm joining the I'm Done With Excuses program. January's crowded with I'll start tomorrow. Soda's packed with people who finally say no, really, today. Because once the weight comes off and the energy comes back, excuses don't stand a chance. They've got real food, real coaches, real results, real fast. They've got a nutritionist, personalized to you, who will work with you and make a difference. And even better, if you join now, your partner joins for free. You can get 2 transformations for the price of 1. All you have to do is go to the website, sodaweightloss.com. That's sodaweightloss.com. or call 866-800-SODA, 866-800-SOTA, and you can speak with a nutritionist. Soda weight loss is, say it with me, state of the art.
Start the new year strong with a Hercules Gold Tier checking account. Earn up to 4.25% APY and make your money work harder for you. This account combines high rewards with everyday convenience so you can reach your goals faster. Open your Gold Tier checking account today and let's grow stronger together in 2026. Visit HerculesCU.com to learn more. Hercules First Federal Credit Union. Growing stronger together for 80 years.
Utah's most talked about restaurant, The Roof, is now open for lunch and dinner. Enjoy stunning city views, an incredible new design, and fan favorites like funeral potato bites, Utah scones, bacon fig flatbread, lemon chicken pasta, or maple glazed salmon. The Roof, SLC.com.
This is a Utah Mammoth at 50 update on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Andre Tourigny talks about the growth from his guys over the last month.
I like our trajectory right now. I like the way we play. I like the way we're progressing. I don't want to look too far ahead or too far back. Just want to stay in the moment, stay in the present. And that will be a hell of a game in Carolina, tough opponent. So let's make sure tomorrow we have a good rest and get ready. That's a swing game. We win that. That's a hell of a trip.
It's your Mammoth at 50 update. And we're going to get you ready for the Mammoth and Hurricanes next on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Ladies and gentlemen,
the biggest name. You're locked into JJ and Alex. With the insight and analysis on the teams you can't live without. This is 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
All right, everybody, welcome back. JJ and Alex, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. One final ride with Hans and Scotty tomorrow. You can go check it out for yourself live, noon to 3. Tim Daly, Mazda, and Sandy. Swing by, congratulate, and chide Hans all at once because you're going to miss him.
That's a heck of a run. 19 years, man.
Wild.
We're going to miss Hans.
So tomorrow, you got the chance to go out there and check it out. They're presumably their final show together. At some point, I feel like they're going to still be doing. I
think a reunion tour.
You can never totally.
Think they're going to get the band back together.
Put
someday?
A pin in it. All right. So that's tomorrow at Tim Daly, Mazda, and Sandy, 10785 South Automall Drive. There you go. Mammoth and the Panthers coming. Or Panthers. Mammoth and the Carolina Hurricanes after the win over the Panthers on Tuesday. How's this one shake out? Because this is a really, really tough Carolina team. And you know what they like to do is shoot. Last year, Veggie had to have he faced 49 shots. How do they deal with that tonight? Because they like to pepper the goalie.
It's going to be tough. Look, this is the end of this trip, and what the Mammoth have done is phenomenal. This is all gravy. They've already accomplished so much here. I don't think they're going to win this, but if they manage to do this like Coach Tourigny just said, oh my gosh, like that, they've taken another step.
That's some loser talk, JJ.
I know. That's why I'm not in their locker room.
We're gonna have to tell Bear tomorrow what your attitude was about it today.
I'm a cynic. Oh yeah, no, you're gonna throw me on the bus tomorrow.
No
I can't wait.
All right, Mammoth coming up next against the Carolina Hurricanes. Stay right here in 97.5 the KSL Sports Zone.
Get the latest Utah sports headlines delivered to your inbox with the KSL Sports Newsletter. From the Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, BYU, Utah, Real Salt Lake, and more. Be in the know of all things sports in the state of Utah. Visit KSLSports.com to sign up for the KSL Sports Newsletter. Stay up to date with everything Utah Jazz related with the new Jazz Notes newsletter. Get draft updates, analysis, and be the first to know about every off-season move. Visit KSLSports.com to sign up for the Jazz Notes newsletter.
Salt Lake City Fat Loss serves the entire state of Utah. Don't just think you have to be in Salt Lake or be right around Salt Lake to be able to do it. In fact, you can have a free 15-minute phone consultation about not just dropping weight, but changing the way you approach food and changing the relationship you have with food. And guess what? That's going to help you drop a lot of weight. In that first reduction phase, the average person drops between 15 and 20% of that body weight. And Salt Lake City Fat Loss is going to help you get there. Schedule a free 15-minute phone consultation. Just go to slcfatloss.com and find out more.
Yeah, get this deal right now. It's a huge New Year's sale that we've been talking about. If you want to do Salt Lake City Fat Loss, now's a great time to do it because you're going to save the most you can. 20% off right now for a limited time only. If you want to love what you see in the mirror again, you want to boost your energy, we've talked about all the reasons to do this. You have your reason. If you're serious about losing weight, this program will help you reach your goals. slcfatloss.com. Lock in your savings right now. Get that free consultation at slcfatloss.com.
Brian Regan.
My doctor looked at me and said, Brian, you are way too sedentary. So I vowed in that moment to get a dictionary.
Brian Regan live on stage.
But I haven't gotten around to it, just been laying around the house. There's a line around the house.
Saturday, February 14th at Delta Center. Tickets on sale now at SeatGeek.com. Don't miss Brian Regan.
Nate, did you hear that? That's the sound of a great deal.
I did, and today we're giving KSL Sports listeners a deal so good, you'll hear it all along the Wasatch Front.
That's right, because for today only, Thursday, January 29th, Advanced Window Products is having a one-day sale. If you buy 10 or more of our energy-efficient, custom-made windows, we're giving you a mind-blowing $3,000 off.
You heard him correctly. That's $3,000 in savings on windows that are manufactured right here in Salt Lake City, specifically for the Utah climate. Call us at 801-850-9100 today only.
Our windows not only lower your energy bills, but they also come with a lifetime warranty, including accidental glass breakage.
But you must act today. This incredible offer is only valid for a one-day window. You've got until tonight to lock in your savings. You won't hear this commercial tomorrow.
It's go time. Get your custom-made windows installed before the summer heat. Call right now for your free no-pressure quote.
The number is 801-850-9100. That's 801-850-9100. Or visit us at advancedwindows.com.
Tuesday tacos, Sunday roast, backyard burgers. Whatever is on your table, make it Bar W Beef. Trust matters. Knowing where the beef was raised, what it was fed, and where it was processed isn't a mystery at Bar W Beef. Dry-aged 14 days, steaks, brisket, ground beef bundles, premium cuts without premium markup, shipped straight to your door. This is Utah beef. If you can't shake the hand of the rancher behind your beef, maybe it's time to try BarWBeef.com or visit the store in Nephi.
If you owe back taxes, listen carefully to rule number 1. Never go up against the IRS alone. They're cracking down, freezing bank accounts, garnishing paychecks, canceling passports. Even your home or business could be at risk. But here's what they don't tell you. The IRS has powerful tax relief programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. That's why smart people call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. Nobody knows these programs like the experts at Optima. Their team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $2 billion in tax debt for people just like you. The IRS is not stopping, so don't wait and don't take them on alone. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
The boat buying event you've been waiting for.
The boat